Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But
if Kermit,
you're saying
like
not to do.
Yeah,
Wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy.
my wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the, probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I'm Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching from heaven. This is going to be a fun show today. It's a holiday weekend. I'm taking a lot of time off right now, you guys. I just want to relax. I want to go to the beach. I want to have fun, hang out with my friends. We have a very big, cool guest today that a lot of people are excited about. I'd like to talk about that guest with my co-host, Wheezy. Wheezy, who's our guest today?
Alex Stein, who I'm actually very excited about.
Really?
Within the last week, I just randomly started watching videos on him anyway, and I didn't know he was going to be a guest. And then I noticed he was following me on Twitter, so I sent him a message being like, dude, you're brilliant. And then I find out that he's going to be on here, so it just all worked together perfectly.
Oh my gosh, like, isn't that so exciting? Like when someone that you actually like follows you, because usually it's people that you don't like, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what
It's like annoying people that are trolling you. That's like your usual followers.
Yes, exactly. They're the ones that give you the most attention, it feels like.
Yeah, you've had so much attention this week. Like I was kind of out of commission yesterday. I wasn't around, but I came back and you were fighting with people. I'd never even heard of those people.
Yeah, it seems to me that just people want my attention so badly. They'll go to great lengths to get it. Even if I block them or mute them, they will try to get my attention. And I'm just, you know, some people are worth it. Like fighting with Bob was fun because Bob was at least funny and charismatic, but it gets old after a while. You know,
but so the people that you fought with, they're not like worth fighting with. Like, are they losers? Like, what's wrong with these people?
They're just like, they're not worth fighting for, like, or with. Well, if they were witty or funny or had any kind of substance at all, it would be fun and worth it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times that's not it, and they just want my attention, which I kind of refuse to give to it.
But why? Why do you think they want your attention so bad?
I really don't know. It's confusing me. I mean, usually it's grown-ass men trying to like weirdly get my attention, and I'm like,
are they like gay men? You think they have a
no,
crush
I don't
on
think
you?
it's like that. I think it's just like some kind of like, I really couldn't guess more than just like, I'm a big part of the show, and a lot of the times people want to be a part of the show, but they don't know how to get on the show. Or like Gio's a perfect example. Me and Gio love each other, but remember we had a little spat, And he came on the show and we had a little back and forth. And now he's like a bigger part of this show than he ever has been.
Yeah, because of his fight with you, right?
Right. And I think people see that and they're like, oh, okay, this is the way to get some attention. But it's
oh my gosh, that is annoying. You give somebody attention, they're being mean and they're being a jerk, and now they're bigger and more popular than ever.
Well, I love Gio, just so everybody knows, I really do love Gio. So I'm glad that worked out for us. I love your patriotic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm celebrating. I'm having a great weekend. I have the painting that you bought me.
I love it.
In the background by Tammy Anderson, our favorite artist, amazing YouTube channel, incredibly talented. We support people like that.
Talented.
Do you have anything you want to say, about Tammy Anderson?
Tammy is amazing. I got a painting from her months ago from my mom for Mother's Day. And it was beautiful up close and impersonal. And when I saw it, I was like, this is incredible. And she's got so many followers on YouTube that it's
she has over 100,000 followers. And people just love her and they go crazy over her. And it makes sense because she truly is the best. That's what everybody's saying. I'm just getting a phone call. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
It's Alan Graham. I'm wondering if I'm going on the air today.
Oh, it's Alan. Oh, it's Alan Graham. Okay, just hold on one second. Alan Graham has to say something to me. This is Jim Morrison's brother-in-law has something to say. Yes, Alan.
Well, you told me I was going to be on the air this morning. I just wondered what time.
So you wrote to me a very nice email. You had a poem that you wrote for me, and I appreciated that. It was my birthday. I appreciate
I get where this is going to go. Thanks for your time. I'm done waiting around and being jerked off by you. So go fuck yourself. How's that? Put that on the air. Bye. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't, Alan. I have no idea.
You said I was going to go on the air and I was going to do like we did before. And now you open up and you say all this other stuff. I asked you to let's get it on, and I don't want to be in the middle of all your stupid fucking puppets and all the other bullshit jack-off stuff that you have on there, like Andy Dick going on there going, da, da, da. I'm doing something serious, and we offered you a chance to play in it, and now you're doing it again. You're jacking me off with all this shit before. I wanted to talk about a serious thing, not like fluff, which is what you're doing. My friend John Sepridge said that he considered you a serious actress, and I said, I think you're right. So I offered you to play in a vignette with me, a 15-minute vignette where we would recreate the death of Jim Morrison. And it's got nothing to do with all this other bullshit that you put on there. This is tabloid shit. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in serious production. We have a serious book. We have a serious subject. And if you want to play that game, don't fucking invite me, because it's ridiculous to have you sit here and go, oh, my life is and this, and all these people. What? Change the fucking channel. I'm not interested. Why do you keep jerking me off?
Wait, so I don't get to be in that movie anymore?
Well, you know what you're doing. Don't play fucking stupid with me. Don't, please. You're just doing... You said we're going to go on before anybody else because I didn't want to be in the middle of stupid fucking puppet talking to me right in the middle of a phrase. And you said, okay, we'll do you first. And I said, okay, now I'm sitting around.
Well, that was just Wheezy. That was my co-host. He's on every show.
What you did was said, oh, I've got this guest.
I have a guest, Alex Stein. He's a huge guest. I'm really nervous, actually. I'm like freaking out.
The people who watch me are interested in serious, not fucking talking about dicks and stupid fucking mundane Howard Stern shit. They're interested in good stuff, intellectual stuff. I've got 3 books. I'm published in French, English, and Spanish now. And I wanted to discuss with an intellectual audience about, I went on a psychic show the other day. We got 85,000 hits now, instead of a few hundred with you. So I came back on because I wanted to say, yeah, maybe that chick could act out Pamela. Maybe she could play what really happened to Jim Morrison. You think fans are interested in that? I do.
I wanted to be in the movie, but you're not really being nice to me, so it's like hard to work with someone like that.
Not being nice to you. I'm being brutal to you because you told me and all the people who are watching me now, and I told them, tune in, 11 o'clock, we're going to be on first, and instead you just put him on and said, well,
that's Wheezy.
Okay, Wheezy. I don't know Wheezy, but I know
that's Wheezy. You can't go on before Wheezy. You can't.
He's some guest who's coming up. Instead of saying I've got Alan Graham coming up, and then I wouldn't be having to sit and listen to your tabloid shit because I hate it, to be quite honest with you. I know you've got a few thousand viewers on this. I look at how many people watch. But for Christ's sake, I told you in a long interview, I'm sick of this shit. I wanted to be talking about serious shit. And you want to go on about tabloid, not even mention that I'm going to call. So if you think I'm going to sit here again for another hour and not be mentioned or wait around and have you jerk me off like you did last week, you knew goddamn well I was waiting in the room. You knew fucking well I wanted to get on and talk to you. But now you can go fuck yourself because I think you're an airhead, to be quite honest with you. And even though I still think you still have chops because I watch you without the sound. I say she's got some drama that she could do if she put her mind to it. Instead, you're doing fucking baby shit. This is dirty little boy jacking off stories in high school, titillating bullshit. You know what? Before I go, I'm going to read this beautiful poem that somebody wrote for you to maybe give you one last hint of what we think about you out here and not your silly fucking stupid call-in guests. There you go. Are you ready? It's called Elisa the Lizard, in remembrance of Jim Morrison. It was written by, his name is John Separate. He's a great poem, and he's one of the Caballeros de Los Angeles, a goodly bunch of people who do good deeds and good works. And here it is, Elisa the Lizard. Many years of light away, a bounty lands another day. Green swamps and oaken trees, flowers sway in a gentle breeze. Under where the bats are flying, sits a little lizard crying, wielding out her restless tears to the frog that hears her fears. Bringing social problems with a local rival. When she split her guts all out, she gives the frog a face of doubt. The problems become lethargical, but to the frog, they're comical. Elisa comes, Elisa goes, and all her thoughts the frog now knows. The frog cries unto the daffodils. He never gets the things he wills. The dills sing out to the rock, whose solemn silence seems to mock. A man comes into the forest, sees a girl, perhaps the poorest. In the grass they play and lay. Then he takes her somewhere far away. The frog, who has grown pretty smart, dies now from a broken heart. With a thud comes down his bones, crushing the flowers into the stones. And when you practice bullshit instead of what your real potential is, good acting, you mock the face of good TV and you mock the face of good broadcasting and good literature. There are intellectual people all over the world who would listen to you and watch you do something serious. And you could kick ass on most actresses that I know, and that's the goddamn truth. So if I'm too hard for you to listen to, okay, but at least take that poem and say, somebody saw me, somebody said that girl could be good, that woman could be good, and you say, well, yeah, but I'd rather talk about dicks and have Andy Dick scratching his balls on television. What a fucking mockery. You're mocking yourself, not me. And I said, anyway, even this, when you turned me off, still might be better than what you're going to get on, which is fluff, and you know it.
Okay, our first guest today is Alex Stein. I really admire this guy. He is incredible. He made it, and I'm very impressed by his career. Primetime 99, Alex Stein is a political figure and prankster, And he's best known for his outlandish performances at city council meetings where he raps songs, he plays quirky characters. He's been interviewed, he's been on InfoWars, Tucker Carlson, Jimmy Kimmel. He made headlines all over the world, all over the news, and he's incredible. He's our guest today. Everybody welcome to the show, Alex Stein.
Wow, Lisa, my heart is warm. No, seriously, I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan for a long time. You're my online sweetheart number 2. So I really appreciate that great introduction. And to the last guy, listen, he tried to act like he's a serious guy. He was saying some of the most disgusted, perverted things. He kept on talking about fellatio and masturbation. I mean, how could anybody take him seriously? He's using his hand in a very sexual manner. That guy's got a few screws loose. You know what I mean? God bless his soul.
I totally agree. I really what stood out to me was on my birthday, he wrote me an email and he said, I wrote you this poem. And it was that poem. And I was like, I didn't get through the whole poem when it was in my email, but I read part of it. I said, this is nice. This guy, he wants to put me in a movie. I'm going to be playing Jim Morrison's girlfriend in the movie. I said, great. That's going to be so fun. It's not often you get an opportunity like that, but I feel like I kind of blew it today with him.
Oh my gosh, that guy's movie. Oh, come on, give me a break. He's probably going to make you have a nude scene or something the way he was so sexual in that thing. I wouldn't even trust that guy. But seriously, no, it is an honor because I'm telling you, I've been a fan for a long time. I still actually go and watch a lot of those old, like to this day and age, Howard, the modern day Howard I don't listen to, but the old school Howard were you with Benji, the online sweetheart, the J-Date. That is the best. That's the best era of the Howard Stern show. That and then the Eric the Actor genre or, era. Those are the best. And those, overlap. So those are the best.
Yeah, I love being part of the show at that time. So is that what inspired you to do what you do? Did Benji inspire you?
Well, kind of, because Benji used to go to all the press conferences and be like, Eliza Jordana, listen to Lisa, excuse me. But, that's when he used to yell your name. And and on God's honest truth, Benji's the funniest guy on the show. I mean, he always has been. Okay, but this is what I have to ask you. So you remember when he dyed his beard and wore the hat? Was that all you to tell him to do it? Because he did look cool, but I'm saying, was that all you giving him the queer eye for the straight guy makeover?
Well, yeah, because I like that look. When I met Benji, he was kind of like I remember when we went on a date, he was so sweaty and he was he was bald, which is fine. It's fine to be bald, but I just thought he'd look better in a hat. And I thought it'd be great if he wore a hat with my name on it. So that way, wherever he is, he thinks of me. People bring me up. I want to be the central part of someone's life. If I'm dating them, I better be it. They only have to think of me. And so I made that happen, with Benji.
Alicia, I think it'd be impossible to date you and not be the central part of their life. I mean, you have a lot of personality. You're beautiful, talented. Okay, but then I also got to say this. And then so when I first saw that you had the thing with Andy Dick, I was really kind of confused. But Andy Dick's a great guy. After watching him on the RV, he's actually a genuinely nicest guy ever. I'm just saying, I love Andy Dick way more. Him and Chicken Andy, I've watched hours and hours of them.
No, you're not supposed to like Chicken Andy, Alex.
No, I don't necessarily like Chicken Andy, but I'm saying the way that he was nice to Chicken Andy, I'm just saying, it gave him, it really redeemed Andy. It shows that his that he has, a heart. You know what I mean? He's almost kind of like a fatherly figure to him. I don't know. I'm just saying, Andy Dick redeemed himself. He's an awesome guy. I know he gets a bad rap because he's kind of controversial, but you can tell it really genuinely, because that's how the IRL streaming is. You're just kind of, you let your guard down. And he's actually a nice guy. He probably drinks too much, probably likes to party a little too much. But Andy Dick, but inside there, when he talks about news radio and he talks about his career, you can tell that's who he wants to be and that's who he is. And it's kind of sad that he's left that, but he's a good guy. I really like Andy.
Yeah, you would love him. I mean, he's so nice and he's so vulnerable. And what I love most about Andy is he tells you what's wrong in his life. He doesn't try to be cool. He doesn't show off about anything. He compliments people. He supports people. He supported me so much. And he's incredible. He's an incredible person. I love him. I mean, I was at the beach yesterday with him and I ended up losing him. That's the one problem when you date someone. Of course. I couldn't find him. He was under a bridge or I don't know. He was gone. That happens because so many fans go up to him and he ends up with those people. Sometimes he moves in with people that just come up to him. And so it's hard to date someone like that. And you're getting actually a lot more famous now. Does that happen to you? Do people come up to you? Are people hitting on you? Do you have that kind of situation going now?
Well, people are sending me nudes, unsolicited nudes, and I'm always worried. No, but it's not that good. I'm always worried they're going to get me deplatformed, or it's a nude of somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just always worried of what the heck they're sending me. So I want to block it. I don't want to get kicked off Instagram because a girl is showing me her boobs, which I love boobs. I'm just saying I respect it. I understand where they're coming from, but I don't want to. But now that I have a big follower, I don't want to lose any of my accounts. So it's kind of stressful.
Yeah.
No, it really is. But this is the last thing I was going to say about Andy, though. It made me laugh so hard because Andy's in the thing, and then somebody played this Norm Macdonald joke. And there was a time where on Saturday Night Live, Andy Dick was there, and Andy Dick and Chris Farley went into a bathroom. And Norm Macdonald's like, "Oh my gosh, Chris Farley and Andy Dick went into a bathroom." He's like, "God, I hope." And this is when Chris Farley was struggling with drugs, and Norm Macdonald goes, "Gosh, I hope Chris Farley did drugs." You know, insinuating that he didn't have sex with Andy. And then Andy, they played that clip in front of Andy, and he died laughing. So that's how I was like, "Oh my gosh, Andy has such a good sense of humor." He really is, man. So he's funny. He's really cool. I just want to say that.
I mean, even when he's drunk as can be, he's still funny. Like, he doesn't have to try to be funny. Every single thing he says and does is funny. And it's fun. Like, dating someone like that is very fun for me because it's never boring. I don't have to keep up the conversation. He's such a great conversationalist, great storyteller. And that's like my ideal guy, is someone like that. Do you look for that? Do you look for someone that's as funny as you are?
Well, honestly, gosh, I'm telling you, I used to be like a serial monogamist, but ever since in the past 2 years when I really started my YouTube and creating content, I feel so narcissistic and self-involved. It's kind of hard to date. I mean, do you not have that problem?
What?
Yeah.
Wait
seriously.
Hold on, back up. Wait, since you've been creating content, you cannot date because you're that big of a narcissist?
I just think I'm busy. I'm always editing and stuff. And so it's hard for me. You used to be when I dated, like that's your kind of hobby. Like that's all your free time is with, you know, with your significant other, with your girlfriend. But like now all my free time is like, oh, let me go travel somewhere to go provoke people. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. So I just feel like I don't have that. I can't give that person the attention they deserve. So that's why I feel like right now my love life is lacking. But honestly, I've had a few kind of one night stands and stuff. And since I've been famous, it kind of makes you feel scummy. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Yeah, I don't feel good after a one night stand.
So where did you get the one night stands? Are they at like comedy clubs? Are they?
Yeah, some after the comedy club. Yes. And then I get a lot of messages and and then I get so nervous. Even if you wear a condom this day and age, everybody has some, I think it's like, I'm always worried about getting an STD. Then I got to go to the STD clinic. Then I got to get stressed. It's just not easy at this day and age. It's not easy to date and fornicate.
I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry you're so famous that you have so many worries.
No, I wish I was famous. You're joking me. Hey, but and honestly, Tucker Carlson, I just did his show, the long form of his show. Okay, who's on the phone?
Eric, it's High Pitch Eric. Hold on. Kermit and Friends.
I love Eric. Eric's a friend of mine. Eric's a friend of mine.
Yes, Eric.
I hear you have Alex Stein on.
Yes, I do. He's right here.
The one and only Alex Stein. I love this guy.
Yeah, me too. He's amazing.
He's a good friend of mine, Eric is.
If me and him got together a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, we had lunch. You had lunch?
Did Alex take you to lunch when he was just like a regular guy?
Yes.
Wow. Did you enjoy it, Eric?
Yes. Me and him went on a date before our house for lunch.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
TikTok
that.
diner. Yes. And then he tried to make me go to...
In New York City? Eric, call me back. Wait, was this in New York City?
It was in New York City, so this was a long time ago. Well, it was like almost 8 years ago. I was on this Bravo show called Online Dating Rituals of the American Male. It's like this dating show where they followed us, and it was on Bravo, and only aired one season. It got canceled.
It was about your dating life?
Yeah, and then some other people, they followed us online dating. It was nuts. You got to look it up. It's all online. Yeah, you got to see it. It's nuts. But Eric, of course, I think I was Facebook friends with him. And, I was like, hey, I want to meet you. So we went to the TikTok diner and I ordered fish to see if he would be scared of it. He didn't even act scared. So I thought, that's his whole thing. He's afraid of fish. He didn't act afraid. And then I love Eric, good guy. He wanted to go buy pillows after. I didn't go buy him anything, but of course he wanted to go. He wanted me to take him on a shopping spree.
Wait, he wanted you to buy
he's like, hey, can we go to Target? I need some stuff for my apartment. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not buying you anything. I just bought you a $60 lunch. No, but I'm telling you, I love the Howard Stern-averse, whatever you want to call it, the universe of Howard. I mean, it's my whole childhood. I mean, and I'm not just my childhood, but I mean my adulthood too. I'm just saying, like, Howard for me was like that was it. That was the end all be all of content.
He's the best ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really argue that too much.
No, I know. But this is the thing, though. It's like, I kind of like now I love like Ronnie and I love Shirley and I love like all the cast and characters. But now the show is unlistenable. I mean, I know you don't want to talk bad about it because he likes you, but it's just, I just can't believe it's.
So why do you, so what do you think went downhill like about the Howard Stern show? What was lost? You think it's just that he's older?
No, it's a Marcy Turk, I believe. When she came on, and then he had all these guests. Like he got rid of Gilbert Gottfried. He stopped having him on, and then like he used to like bully Benji for being late. That was the best content ever when Benji ran in late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
it was good.
And this is for me too. It's like Artie obviously is a train wreck, but like when Artie like hurt himself and then they wouldn't talk about it, there's like this big elephant in the room. And I just feel
I don't like that. I like to know everything. Like even with friends or whoever I'm dating or what I'm listening to, like I want to go deep. I do not like the superficial conversations. Like I want to know exactly what's going on, and I don't want them to hide anything from me. And that is upsetting when I like with Benji. Like they really just like bully him a lot, and there's so many deeper, more interesting things that they could talk about rather than his weight. And that's what really bothers me about him is they just go after his weight, his what he looks like only. And I feel like he has so much more to offer than that.
Yeah, Benji's hilarious. Like all his quirkiness and stuff. That's what makes him cool because he doesn't try to be like fit into, you know what I mean? He's not corporate. He's not trying to fit in. That's why I think Benji's so cool. Like when he wore the dashiki, that was even before you ever met him. That was one of those famous episodes. He wore like an African dashiki and then acts because he's like me. Like I get my Andy Kaufman-esque from Benji, where he's playing a bit, but he plays it so, so straight that you would never know. That's why I love him. That's why I love Benji. And then, Benji and you, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm really a fanboy of yours, Elisa, because, like I said, you were on the best era, kind of the last era of Howard Stern when it was good. And now it's just like I said, it's not the same show that it was when you were on there. Was that like 2012? When did you kind of stop? When did you move to LA? Around then, 2013?
So it was from I was on the show from like 2010 to 2015.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it so much. And I was just curious, how did you know about like the Marcy Turk thing? Like, cause that's not really brought up that much. Like, how did you get that insight? Do you have an insider in there?
Kind of. Well, I'm friends with Shirley. I mean, he didn't necessarily say that, but I am friends. I've been on Shirley's podcast, and he kind of talked about how, his, to spill some inside baseball, he didn't really like it how she said that they all should dress better, and he kind of liked wearing, t-shirts and shorts, and so like just the corporate structure of these guys are like, Sal and Richard were literally like masturbating in their booths and like, doing all this weird stuff. And when she got there, she just kind of cleaned things up, which that's the thing is people don't realize when Howard did America's Got Talent and he got that mainstream success, he wanted to keep that. You know what I mean? He realized, oh man, I can be liked by, it's kind of like what Donald Trump did. Like Donald Trump is crooked as it comes, but that's why he wanted to be liked by the left. These people that are like big, huge celebrities like that, they don't want to be hated by one side. Yeah. And I think when Howard started getting that mainstream acceptance, he didn't want to throw it away. He didn't want to go back to like his old tricks of the porn stars and throwing baloney on girls' butts. But that's what made him so cool. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad but that happens to everybody. I mean, I guess you get, we would make a very sophisticated couple. When I'm in LA, I hope Andy doesn't get mad. We got to go get dinner.
He doesn't even realize what I'm up to. But okay, so you're a big Howard Stern fan. You don't listen now, but you were inspired by it. Do you get nervous when you do these stunts when you go in and you're interrupting things a lot? So you're going into press conferences and you're going places and do you have like what is your purpose for it? Are you just trying to be funny? Are you trying to like send a message to people? Like, what is your purpose?
Well, a little bit of both. Okay, so honestly, Elisa, like I stopped drinking. So I worked for the TV show Cheaters. It's a TV show where we catch people cheating on their husbands and wives for a long time. And then the guy who was the host, his name was Clark Gable. He's Clark Gable's grandson. He actually died of a fentanyl overdose. So I'm just giving you kind of my long story short. And then he was my good friend. It made me really sad. And I quit drinking. Wow. I quit using all drugs. I totally changed my life. But at that same time, they said, Alex, you're going to be the next host of the show. And I thought, oh, this is great. I'm going to be hosting a show. It's distributed by Viacom. I'm going to make good money, this and that. And then when it came time to hire me, they hired this guy named Peter Guns, who is like this DJ out of New York. He's like in his 50s, which is totally different than me. The reason why I bring that up, it's like they went with kind of more of like, I guess more of an affirmative action pick, not in a bad way, just, kind of different than the 30-year-old white guy, the last host that we had. And so that's when I quit and I started my own show. And that's when I started creating my podcast. And I started going to these meetings, Elisa, being serious, being like, why are you guys doing this? What's going on? They closed the public restrooms at the park and they closed the water fountain. So like when I walk my dog, the water fountain didn't work. They have these cool water fountains. You press a button, they have like a dog bowl. And I'm like, how does this stop the spread of anything? You turning off the water fountains. So they looked at me like I was an idiot. And then once I went in there, and then one of the first times we have this guy named Mayor Johnson, I said, hey, Eric Johnson, you should go in the community and give free Johnson & Johnsons from Mayor Johnson because the gay community would love the double entendre. And since you're the first gay mayor of Dallas, they would love that. Well, he's not the first gay mayor. He's married with kids. And he was like shook because this is on Zoom. You can see all their faces. And I was like, oh, wait, now I got a joke. Now I got a troll. And then it was kind of off to the races. And I started getting progressively crazier and crazier and crazier. Yeah. And that's why it's like, what I use, my humor, though, is to answer your question. It's called culture jamming. I don't necessarily want people to see, like people say, oh, Alex, you're conservative. Really, I'm in the middle. But what I'm trying to say is.
You were. When you said you didn't like Donald Trump, I was actually surprised by that.
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of mad about what he did. The end of his presidency, he didn't let Julian Assange out of jail, and he basically gave him the WikiLeaks. There's just a lot of problems with Donald Trump that kind of made me just lose a little respect for him.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I voted for him over Joe Biden. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying is it's called culture jamming. Elisa is where I'm taking the most absurd parts of our culture, and that's why I make fun of like all the far right stuff, kind of QAnon stuff too, and I jam it in people's faces to try to bring awareness to them. Like I don't necessarily want to convince you to be on my side, but I just want to make you think: is this real? Is this fake? Like Andy Kaufman would do. I wanted to go to a meeting and I want to be like, is this guy serious? And then they had to do a little research and they had to figure out. And what that does is that turns on the part of their brain. You have alpha waves or beta waves. I want to turn on the part of your brain that makes you think. I just want to make people think.
Okay. And you really love that. And you've been successful in it, I think, because I look at your comments on your channel and everything, and people are just so into you. And you're doing it in a way where people are understanding you better, because it could be confusing. And to do it with humor is just perfect. So I love what you're doing. I watched you with Chrissy Mayer last night. Is that a friend of yours, Chrissy?
Oh, yeah. Very good friend. Yeah, I love Chrissy. I was just in New York with her. And, I just got protested in New York. Did you see that clip? I had 15 Antifa. So I was at a charity event for Robert Kennedy. It's Children's Health Defense. And I was a headlining comedian and we sold it out. And 20 Antifa, is like 15 to 20 Antifa came and protested me. And they said that I'm a transphobe because I went to a meeting in a bathing suit, in a women's bathing suit. And I said, why won't you let me change in the women's locker room? Why won't you let me swim against the women? And so they called me transphobic, but I'm not transphobic. I love the gay community. I actually get crushed by my conservative viewers because I'm not anti-gay enough, because I'm not. I have gay family members. Like, I don't even want to I know gay people exist and I believe they have the right to exist and live a life free and do whatever they want. But a lot of people, like, that's the problem, is that there's like this far right thing where they really think, all gays are bad. And there's this far left thing where they think all conservatives are Nazis. So it's like there's somewhere in the middle we have to meet. And that's where I try to sit, and that's where I try to wake people up to the middle.
People are just so like one-sided. I feel like it's they aren't in the middle like that. I mean, most people I know are either very, very far left or very, very far right, especially recently. You began to become very big during the pandemic, right? Is that when you really started to blow up?
Well, that's what happened. So like April 2020 is when they hired the other guy, and I started my show May 20th of 2020. And like I said, that's when I really started creating content. I started my podcast. I started interviewing people. I started going to these meetings, and that's why it's like, I'm sure you've been successful. How much joy has your show brought you?
Oh my gosh, everything
exactly.
In my life, everything in my life is because of this show. Every friend. Every date, I got engaged because of the show. Andy, I met him because I was interviewing him. I mean, it's given me so much. I can't imagine anything giving me more.
I know. I bet you're just mad you didn't start it sooner, right? That's what I feel like. I wish I would have started my show even sooner.
So the reason why I did it, Alex, is because I was in so much pain. I had no choice.
Yeah.
So I was really sad. Well, okay. So I was really sad at the time. My dog Kermit died. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I didn't want to live. Like, I didn't even want to like outlive my dog. I couldn't imagine my life. And I was so just close with her. She was my best friend. She was just everything to me, everything. And I was so sad. I would go to like different churches. I just needed anybody's help, like anyone. I was desperate. And I would go to these churches, and this one church refused to baptize me.
What?
Yeah, this Culver City church, I'll call them out.
But you're Jewish, though, right? And then I'm Stein, and I was baptized. I consider myself a Christian. I was baptized, and everyone's like, "You're a Jew," but really, I was baptized. Okay, so you're like a Jew for Jesus.
Are you half Jewish?
Well, I mean, technically, yeah, my grandfather's Jewish, but I never met him. I never knew him. He wasn't in my life. So I was raised Christian. But, Stein, obviously, I'm pretty Jewish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've been to like the Kabbalah Center for 6 years. I was just looking for answers and looking for help and being connected with people. So this one church said I wasn't close enough to God, and they were really mean to me, and I wanted to be baptized, and they didn't baptize me. And I said, I want to start something where everybody's accepted, any like political background, any religious background, any race, and you just love everybody, even if they're bad, even if they're trolls, even if they like call me a cunt, I still accept them. And it's like close to like what Jesus, I say, what would Jesus do in this situation? Would Jesus ban this person, or would he give them even more love? So that's what I tried to do here, just because I was in so much pain, and it's given me so much joy, and it continues to. So yeah, I mean, I'm obsessed with this more so than anything else.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with me. Like when I started creating content and making my show, it just really brings you a lot of joy, and it's crazy. I would never thought it. Like I said, the only complaint is I wish I would have started earlier. And so that's other people out there. Like, and I appreciate you. You platform a lot of other people that want to get into streaming and want to get into it. So that's why I think you're spreading that positive energy, and that's why it's like we live in this. Well, I call it like low vibrational or high vibrational. And this is the thing is people that are like low vibrational, they want misery loves company. But what you do having a show, you're being high vibrational, you're being positive, you're, joking, you have all kinds of walks of life. And so that attracts more high vibrational people, and it gives you joy. It makes you less depressed. People don't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, I think of it this way. When you build something, when you're creative, that's like what God is. God created everything. And the more you're acting like God, the more happy you are. So I'm happiest when I'm creating, when I'm sharing with others. That's it. So Kermit and Friends is like the epitome of that, because I'm being creative, and anybody that wants to promote anything on here, I do it. And if I can help anybody, I make sure that happens. So it's just wonderful for me. So are people asking you for advice? Like, are people writing to you saying, how do I do what you do?
Yeah, all the time. And that my favorite thing, the favorite compliment I get is when somebody's like, Alex, I went and I spoke at my, city council meeting. I went and I spoke at my school board. That's what I try to do, is I want to encourage other people to speak up, because nobody's going to speak up for you, and I go and I started speaking seriously, and then I started trolling, kind of doing the Benji Bronk. But I'm saying people should go speak up seriously, because it actually does have an effect, because these politicians, I'm telling you, they all are so self-righteous. It doesn't matter if they're a city council member or a congressman. They all think they're so important, and they're just like you and me. They're not any better than us, but they act like that. So we kind of need to call these people out for being so self-important, for being, treating us like we work for them, when in reality, the politicians work for us, but that's not how it usually works out.
And you mentioned Tucker Carlson before. I was watching an interview with you last night. You became close with Tucker Carlson. He never texts or talks to guests. This is what I heard. I heard Tucker Carlson, because Howard Stern does this too, where he doesn't talk to anybody. He has like a wall between him and everybody else, and you're not even allowed to look at him. And I think Tucker Carlson is similar, but with you, Tucker Carlson is texting you. What is going on with that?
Well, I'm baby. He's my biological father, so he has to do that. He doesn't want to get in a court case and get sued. No, but Tucker likes my humor. That's the only reason. Yeah, he texts me, and I have his number, and the producers there like me. I just think Tucker actually has a genuine sense of humor. That's why he's a top-rated cable guy, because a lot of those other guys at Fox, that's why it's like, I obviously like Fox because Tucker's on it, but some of those guys are annoying at Fox. I don't even want to name names, some of those big broadcasters. And then a lot of them are annoying at CNN. So I'm just saying, it's kind of similar to the politicians. A lot of these like broadcasters, they're very self-important. Tucker's not. He's not like Howard. He's down to earth.
Oh, he
gave me his number. Yes, he's eating sandwiches, being relaxed. Like, I'm just saying, when he invited me up to his studio in Maine, we did the long form of his show, and that'll be coming out in a week.
Cool.
And I'm just saying, he couldn't be more down to earth, couldn't be more jokey, because this is what happened. So I had a viral video where I called out Dan Crenshaw, and Dan Crenshaw is a congressman that is like just giving, all this money to Ukraine, and he likes all these red flag gun laws and all this stuff. Some people on the left would like him, but he considers himself a conservative. So And he got mad at these women, these ladies complained about the baby formula shortage. And he said, anybody that complains about the baby formula shortage is a puppet for Putin. So Tucker Carlson called him Eye Patch McCain. That was his joke, making fun of John McCain because he's kind of a globalist. He's not America first. So then I went and I called Dan Crenshaw out. I called him Eye Patch McCain and went viral. It was like this huge story. And I was worried because Tucker invited me on a show before that. And then, it happened like that weekend. And when I first met Tucker, I was like, Tucker, I was so worried you weren't going to have me because all these articles are saying Alex Stein's radicalized by Tucker Carlson. Alex Stein's radicalized by Tucker Carlson. And Tucker goes, I'm happy I radicalized you. It's awesome.
Cool.
It's so cool because Tucker has a sense of humor and he knows it's all the media is just, obviously exaggerating. He didn't really radicalize me. He's just being funny and I'm using some of his bits. But that's what I'm saying. It's like there are some good people in the media and Tucker Carlson, I promise you guys, is one of them.
Okay, what about Alex Jones?
I love Alex. Alex is a man. Yeah.
Really?
Do you like Alex? You need to get on Alex's show. I need to get you on Alex. Yes. Yeah. He would love to have you on. I guarantee he would have you on.
All right.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'll connect you with the producer. So do you ever watch Alex's show?
Yeah, I watched it. A lot of people that like Kermit and Friends actually watch, InfoWars, and I have a lot of conservative fans. I used to have a guy named Trumpster Bob.
Well, this is the thing this is what he talks about. And you talk about the people right now, you have the massive inflation. You can hardly afford to go to the grocery store. You have gas prices. It's like where you're at in California. I think it's like $6 a gallon. So people are really hurting right now. So it's not even about conservatism. People on the left, when I do Man on the Street Bitch, you ask them do you miss Trump? A lot of people say they miss Trump. But I guess my point being is that Alex Jones he's not even, right or left. Obviously he leans right, but he's anti-establishment. And so my point being is even people on the left, we're anti-establishment. It doesn't matter if you're a right wing or left wing. Both wings are on the same bird and all they care about is controlling us. So I think Alex Jones is one of the first people because he used to go after George Bush. Alex Jones used to crush George Bush, for going to war and never finding the weapons of mass destruction because we had a 20-year war, Elisa, and we never found anything in Iraq or Iran, no ability to make nuclear bombs, and they killed over 1 million Muslims. And so Alex Jones, he called that out. So you don't necessarily have to be a conservative to realize the government doesn't have our best interest.
Yeah, and you're very passionate of talking about this. This is so great. I love seeing somebody so passionate. Do you love talking about politics? Do you talk about this with your friends or your family? Are you talking about this all day?
No, my dad hates it. Oh my God, I can't talk about it at all. My dad, and this is the other thing is you'll love this. So I'm super close to my dad, and all of his friends watch Tucker and stuff. Like, oh, we saw Alex on this. We read about him, and my dad's like, oh, my son's an idiot. He calls me Mo Ron. He hates it. He does not like it.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no! So maybe family functions are awkward sometimes. At parties, does it get awkward?
No, not even because my dad and I are so close. But I'm suing the county judge, and what happened was so I went to go speak, and our county judge he got arrested in college for breaking into a girl's dorm room and stealing her underwear during a panty raid in college. And so I brought up the D Magazine article about that, and he didn't kick me out of the court, but his right hand man kicked me out of court, and it was an unlawful removal. So I'm suing the county judge, and they already want to settle. So I'm already about to get paid by Dallas County. It's a yes because I was unlawfully removed. They don't yes, yeah, but my dad didn't want me to sue him, and I got a rabbi attorney out of Baltimore, Maryland, who's a good friend of mine, John Gross. He's an awesome guy. He's kind of like my second dad now, a third dad behind my dad and Tucker. So he's my third dad. And I'm saying, my dad was like, please don't sue this county. Please don't sue the county. And now the county already wants to settle. So just because my dad doesn't agree with it, you don't see eye to eye with your parents on a lot of stuff, but he supports me. Anything. But yeah, of course. Okay. You know what I mean? Because I'm his idiot son. So he's never he's like, you're going to sue the Dallas County? And now they already want to settle. So now he's kind of changed his tune.
Are you going to get a lot of money from that?
I'm asking for $120,000, so we'll get a little less than that. Yeah, and I'm going to donate part of it to charity. I'm a cat lover, so I'm going to donate it. To a good cat charity here in Dallas. I have cats everywhere. I got my dog, but I don't want to wake up Sky Bear. He's asleep under my computer. But yeah, so I don't want to. And that's the other thing is, I know like you got to have money, and I know you appreciate the support, but it's like I know a lot of wealthy people, and I know know a lot of famous people that have a lot of money and that are miserable. Like Howard Stern has all the money in the world. He's probably miserable. So I guess my point being is that's one of the other things I try to talk about is like materialism. When we put our ego into inanimate objects, that's one of the worst things we should do. Like because an inanimate object goes obsolete. You buy this new car, you feel so good, then you get a scratch on it, and you're like, oh my God, I was scratching my car, and it actually affects you. We shouldn't do that. Like we need to try to not be motivated by money. We need to be motivated by love and what actually gives us joy. But a lot of people they don't have that mindset, you know.
So are you somebody that's looking for love now?
Yeah, I am. I'm wide open. No, send the ladies here. But like I said, do you not? I mean, it's just hard to freaking date because I don't have time to go out on dates. I don't have time to go on trips with girls. Like that's kind of my favorite thing to do is travel with a girlfriend. And so I just need to get back on that. But right now, so I got signed with The Blaze. That's like a conservative media company here in Dallas. And I have a show that I'm planning on coming out in around August. So I'm just so busy getting all of this. It's going to be like a late night show, kind of like a conservative version of like Eric Andre's show mixed with Jimmy Kimmel show type stuff, where I'm going to go on the street and do stuff. So I'm just so busy. And that's not an excuse, but I'm telling you, I am so freaking busy. So it's hard, you know?
Yeah, no, I can see that. What does like a typical day look like for you? Are you doing videos every day?
I'm usually filming some sort of content every day. I mean, I wake up usually at 8 and I will go walk my dogs. I walk my dogs every day, and that's like an hour and a half. I walk them around the lake. And then, you know, like I said, I used to do a live stream every day, but I've been slowing down on the live streams because I'm about to have a show on The Blaze. I don't want to risk getting any sort of strikes. I've had strikes in the past. You just have to be very careful. So I'm just kind of waiting because now I'm going to be on YouTube there, and it's, Blaze TV. It's on, Roku and Fire Sticks and stuff. You can watch it on your TV. But I'm saying I'm just trying to be a little more careful. But that's why I'm creating the content where I'm always going to protests. I'm traveling. I'm going to city council meetings. I try to create content where I can post something at least once every other day. Because that's what brings me joy. So at least I don't want to get all sad. I lost my mom in October 25th, 2021 recently. And I've really gone super viral since then, and I miss her every day. So for me, it's the only thing that brings me, it kind of distracts me, is when I can create content. It makes me not think about her. It makes me not sad. So that's really why I've been like kind of also unavailable to women, because I'm so depressed. But I'm not the normal type of depressed, like a chemical imbalance. I can go and I can open my drawer, and I'll have my mom's something in there, and I'll just see it and I'll start crying. Or like I open my closet and I have some of her old purses, some of the stuff I didn't donate, and I'll smell my mom and it makes me cry. So I'm just emotionally fragile because I lost the person I love the most in the world. So for me, the creating content, it's like my distraction. So I've thrown myself headfirst into it, and that's why I've had success, and there's no looking back. Like I'm just going to keep grinding because it's my main distraction.
Okay, so did that happen out of nowhere? Was she sick?
She got COVID, and she was a little overweight. She had breathing problems, and then they gave her remdesivir, and she died 5 days later. And I'm actually suing Baylor Hospital because they gave it to her without my authorization. So I'm not going to win that case. I'm more just doing it out of respect to my mother. But yeah, no, this pandemic, everyone's like, oh, Alex, you've blown up since the pandemic. It's not been worth it. I mean, the loss of my mother, I would trade all the success I've had to bring her back, but that's just not the reality in which I live in, sadly.
And were you able to see her?
I was with her every day. It was the worst thing in the world. I mean, it was watching my mom die in slow motion I'm not trying to get all low vibrational. I hate talking about it, but I know you're a very emotional person. I know you don't care, but it's just, that's kind of the harsh reality. And there's other people that have lost people during this pandemic. So I don't want to just try to make people feel sorry for me. I hate when people have sympathy for me. I hate that. Like, do not feel sorry. Do not cry for me, Argentina. But at the same time, no, my life is really, really tough. Just because I miss her. I mean, I miss her so much. And she was my biggest fan. And like I just said, my dad loves me, but he doesn't like any of my crap. I'm laughing.
Really?
My dad said to stop going to meetings. He's like, please go stop going to those stupid meetings and going crazy. Yes.
Wow,
yeah.
That's so upsetting. You're doing so well. And I'm sure you want him to be congratulating you and happy for you.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different. Like my dad supports me no matter what, but he just can't see the vision. You know what I mean? He's not a creator. He doesn't even know what a podcast is. And now he's seeing all my success and he's kind of like still confused by it. He's like, wait, why are all these people? Why do people know you? Why are my friends calling you and asking me to come to their restaurant, come to their place? Like where I got my LASIK, and this guy, he does a lot of the Dallas Cowboys LASIKs. And he has like their names on the wall. And then he put a picture of me after my Tucker Carlson appearance. The guy put a picture of me at his office. And this is a doctor friend of mine. My dad's like, what? You my buddy? You know, Dr. Carter put a picture of you as one of my notable clients. My dad couldn't believe it. So
that's so cool, though. He's got to be impressed by that. I'm sure he's proud. Maybe he just doesn't know how to show it.
He's proud. He is proud. But he just, like I said, he doesn't get the vision. He doesn't get me calling out politicians. Like he's just like, you should be kissing politicians' butts. And that's what everybody else says. And we got to stop doing that. And my mom was vaccinated. We got to really stop, kissing politicians' butt and calling them out. Somebody asked about that in the chat.
Yeah. People are very opinionated on the whole vaccination thing. So what did your
It's so safe and effective. Everybody get it for the YouTube. We love your Fauci ouchie. Get all your boosters. Get as many as you can. Thank you, Dr. Fauci. You're the best.
So what did your mom say about what you were doing? Because she got to see you before you blew up, right? And she saw. Yeah. Did she see that show that you had on Facebook? Like, what did she watch of yours?
Yeah, she watched every episode. I mean, she's the one that bought me this mug. This is my Conspiracy Castle mug. I'm just saying, she bought me. She was the first person that bought my merch. She watched every show. That's what I'm saying. It makes me sick, Elisa. She was my number one fan, and that's why it's like. And everybody's like, oh, your mom's on the other side helping you. And my mom probably is. Cause now, like I said, I've been, I've like had a lot of success, but it's just, every day I wake up and I think, oh my God, I miss her. And I don't get to see her. Cause I remember crying after I went on Tucker Carlson. I remember just bawling, crying, thinking my mom doesn't get to see this. And like, it just made me sick. It still makes me sick thinking about it right now.
Yeah,
I'm an only child too.
Oh,
I'm an only child, yeah. So I don't have any brothers or sisters, and I took care of my mom. So it's just really tough. Life is not easy, and it's not easy for anybody else. Like I know people are struggling right now, and now I'm kind of doing well financially. My YouTube page is taking off. I signed a deal with the Blaze, so now I have some money, and everybody else right now is like, struggling. So it's just kind of even though my life's tough, I really have a lot of empathy for the other people that are struggling because it kind of feels like 2008. You remember 2008? How you were in New York during Occupy?
Yeah. So I've been through a lot also recently. I just try to live day by day, Alex. If I just think of like years at a time, it's too like overwhelming for me. So I'm just trying to have a happy day today.
Yeah.
And when I think of, someone that I've lost, I just think, I always think they're kind of watching me and looking out for me. Do you ever feel like that at all?
A little bit, but then I have this weird thing. I 100% believe in God, but I also feel this is this weird thing. I can't even believe I'm admitting this. I always feel like there's always like a bug on me or something what is it? What are those called? Sometimes like a ladybug or something, and it'll like come on me. I'm like, is this my mom? I know that's weird. Like I always feel like, it's something weird like that. Like, it's just like, I'm like, is this my mom? Or I get a butterfly or something like that. I'm like, is that my mom? It's weird. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I do feel like my mom's here, but I don't know. It's just really hard. It's just, you have these weird thoughts. You're like, oh gosh, I hope she's here. I hope she's here with me. But it's brought me closer to God, and it's made me fearless. Like I was on Gavin McInnes' show. Gavin's a good friend of mine now. And he said this, and Alex Jones both said this. I was on their show recently, and I obviously I don't agree with this. I guess I agree with this, but I don't like this. They said, Alex, the biggest thing happened. The biggest thing that could happen to you is you losing your mom because it made you fearless, and it did, because now I feel like I have nothing to lose. I can walk into any room. Well, this is the thing, is I can walk into any room no matter what, and I don't feel nervous, because I remember walking into that hospital being so scared, watching my mom die. And I remember thinking, there's no room I'm ever going to walk in that's as scary as this room. So now I am fearless. Now I can walk into a room of 1 million people or a bunch of city council members or whatever. And I'm like, this is not even 1/1000th as hard as when I had to walk into that hospital and see the nurses and have to help my mom change her catheter. So yeah, it's given me this like chip on my shoulder that's made me like the homeless man is the scariest person because they have nothing to lose. I'm in that sense. I have nothing to lose. Except for my cats. God, I don't ever want to lose them. But literally, my dad and my cats and my dog. Other than that, I got nothing to lose. So that's why I think I'm fearless.
So are you not afraid of dying anymore?
Well, and not really. I mean, I definitely don't want to die, but I mean, I just realized that it's a hard realization that our life is finite. And you don't think that. You think like, oh, I'm going to live forever. But like seeing how fast my mom went, it's kind of like, wow, this is just life like that. It goes right in front of your eyes. And we don't know when we go out. So that's why I'm trying to grind. That's why I am so busy. That's why I'm trying to create content, because one day I'm not going to be here and I do want to leave my legacy. Like I look at this guy, Rich Piana. He was like this bodybuilder that's kind of a meme. And he was just this wild guy. It's hard to explain, but like his content is still viral today. And he's been dead for like 4 years. And in my mindset, that's another thing. Like, hopefully I don't die anytime soon. I'm just saying I want to leave this legacy, even if it's online. When I go away, hopefully I'll have kids or friends or family. They can go back and they watch all the stuff I did. And they're like, man, that guy was like Andy Kaufman Jr. That guy was like Benji Bronk. That guy was cutting edge. He was different.
Yes,
and that's what I want people to remember.
They will definitely think that. You are leaving a mark. And I think everyone should try and do that, even if it's in a smaller way than you. I believe everybody should try to make a mark. Like I don't talk to my brother, right? My brother doesn't talk to me. And I just always think like he has kids and I want them to like know who I am. And I'm not allowed to see them. But if they could watch Kermit and Friends, like they could have a pretty good idea of what I'm about. So that's but what's the deal? So does he live in New York or where does he live? Does he not live near you? He lives in Tennessee. But he does not talk to my sister or me, and his wife really like hates us and like separated.
Wow.
Yeah. So I knew his
life's hard, and that's the other thing is people don't realize everybody has some sort of crazy family thing. That's why it's like when I see a lot of people on the conservative side, like, oh, I hate gay people, or they say something like that, it makes me sick because you probably have gay family members. You have like, and we fight with our family. I guess my point being, it's like everything is really complicated. Life has so much nuance, but people don't want to understand the nuance of stuff. They don't want to say, oh, you have a bad relationship with your brother, but you don't know the weird stuff that caused it. Like it's just life is very difficult for all of us. We're all trying our best.
You might look at Alex, and say, "Oh my gosh, this guy is such a success. He's so happy." But everybody has.
I'm not. I mean, I'm happy. It goes in waves. Some days I'm so happy I get to go do experiences that I would have never thought was possible. But then I got to come back and realize I don't get to share it with my own mother. Sorry to yell, but I'm just saying. So there's a lot of stuff where nobody's life is perfect. And this is the other thing that people need to realize. Comparison is the thief of joy. So when we compare our lives to other people, that's the first step in making you hate yourself. Do not do that. You have your own journey. It doesn't have to be like anybody else's. So stop comparing your life to other people's. And I'm telling you, your life will get a lot better.
I think that's good advice. Let's take some questions from Andy Dick.
Please.
Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Why, hello, it's your boy.
Hey, Andy. I'm on with Alex Stein.
With who?
With Alex Stein. Remember I told you about him? He's a guest on the show today. He's amazing. He's huge on YouTube. He's on Tucker Carlson. He's on InfoWars. He's all over TV. He's blowing up right now. He's getting a TV show. Remember when I said that? You said, oh, well, I have TV shows. Remember?
I love Andy. Tell Andy I love him.
He loves you.
What? Are you on the... You're on the show?
Yes, it's Kermit and Friends. It's on the same time every week, and you're part of it.
Oh, I just woke up from a nap. I'm a little discombobulated. But so the show's doing great today?
Yeah, we have a very nice guest. Jimmy Rizzo, you're on next. Just chill. We're having a great show. We have an amazing, incredible guest that's inspiring people, and he's getting a TV show, and he's all over the internet, his YouTube channel. Do you want to come on the show, Andy? What are you doing?
Okay. Well, I think we're going over there.
Over where?
To your place to grab the backpack.
I can't give you the backpack right now, Andy. I'm in the mood with Kermit and Friends.
Andy! We love you, Andy! MTV Andy! It was the best.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, we got into a fight this morning. Andy was very mad at me, Andy, right? Because you were left on the beach, but there's a reason why you left on the beach. It's because you went with 3 guys that were young surfer guys.
I didn't go anywhere.
No, because you ignored me on the beach and you went with those guys. That's why I have your backpack right now.
Me and you sat down, watched some gymnastics, and there was guys next to us. And when I started talking to them, you left.
Yeah, because I'm sick of you leaving me for guys that are like that.
Within minutes, I went down to the beach to go sit with you. and you were nowhere to be found for 5 hours.
Yeah, I feel bad about that. I'll hang out with you today, Andy, okay? I have your backpack. Just don't come now. I'll tell you when to come.
No, I was going to say come now to be on the show. I'm not talking
What show? I'm on, what, Kermit and Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be on the show?
I'm on it now.
Okay, all right. Do you have a question for Alex Stein?
Isn't it better if I come live in person?
Oh, you want to be on the show, like in my apartment?
Please, Andy.
Oh my God. I don't know if that's a good idea, but like, I guess, I mean, it's very like disruptive. You know, Leaf King sent you the link to your text. Why don't you just click that?
Oh, okay.
All right. And then we'll talk later. All right. Love you.
Love you back.
Yeah. See, this is a hard.
I love you, Andy.
This is a hard relationship, Alex. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is not easy dating that. He's very difficult to date. I mean, you lose him. He has so many fans. They come and they say, "Come with me," and then he's gone, and then I can't find him, and then he's somewhere else, and then we're at dinner, and I'm enjoying dinner. And I just want to chill sometimes. Like I don't always want to be on all the time. And people are sitting there and they're asking questions and they don't leave. Like they stay like the whole night. And then my night is kind of ruined because I just want to hang out with him or whoever I'm with. And I just don't want a bunch of weird people around. Do you feel that way? Are you private at all?
Oh, I'm super private. But this is the thing, and I'm really almost antisocial now. But see, Andy's such a legend. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like to do social stuff, but Andy is he's done so much stuff in like the pop culture world. It's hard for people not to know who he is. You know what I mean? So
I know, but can't they just go away? Why can't they go away? Like for me, it's disrespectful when they stay the whole dinner. I hate that.
But Andy's so nice. He doesn't say scram. If he would say scram, they probably would.
Yeah. He needs to say scram more. Let's take some questions from the fans and our friends. Wheezy, you're on with Alex Stein.
I love this guy. I mean, he couldn't have been. He's my favorite guest of all time.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Hands down. One of the things that I loved about watching some of your stuff is the debates that you do. And they're so fun because you're obviously disagreeing with people, but you're able to do it in like a fun spirit to where you're even making the other person crack up, even if they're grumpy. How do you manage to do that? I mean, do you win them over right away, or is it challenging?
Weezy, that's a great question. And I'm not just kissing your butt, because when these debates, people like we were talking about earlier about identity politics, you're never going to actually make the person agree with you, especially if you're going into a debate with them, because obviously they feel really passionate about the subject. So for me, I just try to disarm them and be funny and joking. And that's why like people in my debates say like, "Oh, Alex, you're not, hard enough in debates," because I'm really not trying to convince the other person. I'm trying to give the people that are watching a fun show, try to entertain them, and they can just hear my side of it, and then they can make the decision. And so that's why it's funny you say that, because I'm trying to be nice to the other person and make them laugh. And so I'm taking, instead of like, being combative, because I've had so many debates where you're just yelling at each other, it's better to just be joking and jovial and try to entertain the audience. I think that comes across more effective in my mindset.
Yeah, because you cannot change like someone's opinion really, because people are pretty set in their opinions typically. So I feel that way. So if you can include humor, if they can, be, lose the ego, because people have egos about this, I feel, and it's tough. I'll tell you, my office is very political.
Your office is, but I'm saying people don't want to be self-deprecating, Elisa, and that's why I think you're great too. Is you're able to be self-deprecating. Is this Ham Hands? Wow, this is Robin's boyfriend, Ham Hands.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great.
I'm doing good.
Yes, I'm over at the beach. I'm over at Beach 97.
That's great. I hope you're having a great day, Ham Hands. Do you have a question for Alex Stein?
Yes. What is the main thing that you like about your business? The things that you do.
What? Say that again, Ham Hands. That's hard to understand you because it's cutting out.
What is the main things that you like about doing your business? The things you do.
What's the main thing I do? I like to make people laugh. That's my favorite thing. Like you did. Like you liked how Robin's dad did that sexual stuff to her, right? What is that? You're famous for saying what, Ham Hands? What was the thing you said about Robin and her dad?
Yes, I'll be right back. Yes, okay. My my Robin song, when I told her take off your PJs, Daddy's coming in with the Vaseline. That's one of the lines that people love.
Yeah, you see, you like that because it makes people laugh. I'm the same way. I like to make people laugh. I don't want to, I don't want people to take themselves too seriously. Just like you, Ham Hands. So we have similar motivations.
And then over here, you can see the beach. Look, you can see the music and the DJ coming up.
He's having the best day, Ham Hands. He's having the best
he's
day.
having a good day.
He always does. Okay, let's bring up Sharman Smith. You're on with Alex Stein.
Hi, how are you? Have you had any luck getting the left to, soften up a little bit and laugh with you?
Yeah, I mean, but then also there's these other people that like get so mad. Like there's a lot of people that watch my video where I did gas prices way too high. Vladimir Putin needs to die. And so like the left loved it that I was trolling Vladimir Putin, right? So like, some of them do come across and they're kind of like, oh, this is funny. I can laugh. But at the same time, people like on the far left are like, oh my God, these guys are right-wing bigots. Stop sharing it, because blue check marks like, ABC, all these like, like left-wing media have shared my stuff. And you'll see people fighting in the comments like, this guy is a bigot and racist. They call me all the worst stuff. So yeah, I have seen it affected like, actually blue check mark time, established media, legacy media sharing my stuff. So that's been effective. But there's always going to be people on the far left that are just so insane. And, so it's kind of hard. I'm never going to convince everybody on the left to like me. And there's people on the far right that don't like me. So like I said, I just try to stay in the middle, be myself. And, I'm a populist. That's what I could consider myself. I'm a populist. So that's why I believe we should have free healthcare. I don't really like that, people are afraid they break their arm. They don't want to call an ambulance. I hate that, especially like, in the Black community, those people really don't want to go to the hospital a lot of times when they're sick because they're worried about the hospital bills. I mean, that's all communities. I'm just saying, I just feel bad for people that cannot afford to get health care. We should have some sort of universal basic health care for everybody. And the people on the right, oh, that's terrible. But the pharmaceutical companies make so much money anyway. So I don't know why we don't have caps. I don't know why we don't help sick people out. So that's why I'm in the middle. There's a lot of issues that I'm not, staunchly conservative about.
No, I think it's great. I like being self-deprecating and making fun of myself. I think it's the way we get through to people. I think one of the things that got ruined about politics since Trump showed up is that you couldn't make fun of him without ticking off his people. We need to find a way to bring people together and get them to laugh. So I wanted to thank you for participating in that.
Wow, Sharman, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Very lovely lady, Sharman. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
So Sharman here ran for president.
Oh, Sharman, what the heck? So I need to follow you. Okay,
you do
Sharman.
need to follow me. And I think what the world needs is a politician named after toilet paper to get us all laughing and joking again. And I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, but did you see during the pandemic all those people fist fighting over toilet paper? I mean, Sharman, they need you. We're gonna need
look,
you.
When I had to stop my campaign in 2019 because of a scandal from my campaign manager, I was heartbroken. But when the world started screaming for its Sharman during the pandemic, I knew there was still hope for me. And red or blue doesn't matter who. We want this mess cleaned up, and we want to come together. We want to laugh. We want to joke. We want to see each other's sides, and we have to do that. And the only way we're going to do it is through humor.
I agree. I
totally agree with that. Yeah, just try why can't we just connect with each other? Just try to help everybody, and that's it. Like, why make everything more complicated? That's how I feel. But all right, we have somebody else. Jimmy the Christian, you're on with Alex Stein.
Hi, Alex Stein. How are you?
I'm doing well, Jimmy. How are you doing?
I love the fact that your influences are Andy Kaufman and Benji Bronk. That's great.
Yeah.
I think everybody, I'm just going to say what everybody's thinking. You and Elisa are like, I mean, come on now. Let's
I agree. I think there's a lot of good chemistry. I'm coming to LA soon. Exactly. I got to go out there all the time. Yeah. I'll be out there. Alex, Andy and I are going to be fist fighting.
Last week, she put out a list of like her prospects. There was like 7 people on it. It's like a list of who might be the people who she might hook up with. I'm saying, based on this, you trump everybody on the list. You trump Andy, you trump Kathy, you trump me, you trump everybody. I'm just thinking, but anyway, I just have a question for you. It's a real simple question. Do you think the 2020 election had a lot of irregularities and was basically either stolen?
Oh no, dude, no! It was the best election ever in the history. 81 million votes for Joe Biden. It was 100% correct. The most safe and secure election they've ever had in the history of the world. Well, we can only say so much about YouTube.
And of course, come on, Jimmy. Of course, you're being very sarcastic right now. Yeah,
along.
Well, listen, you're a great guest. I love your energy. It's good to see you on the show, and keep up the good work. And you know, when are you going to ask Elisa out on a date? That's really what
I am. I'm going to California. I am. I'm going to 100% take her out. I got to get to California.
All of us list hopefuls need to just basically give up at this point because
Elisa and I will make it. We'll make a dating vlog. We'll make a vlog. It'll go triple viral. I mean, I take her out to dinner. We'll go on the beach.
Wow.
Yeah. Come on.
So wait, do you do like IRL streaming?
No, not really. But I would just film some on the cell phone. No. But I'm saying we just a little clip at dinner, a little clip holding hands. No, Elisa, I would take you out like that. When I come to LA, I'd love to take you out. I mean that. That'd be great. We'd have a good time.
Yes, I think so. Okay, we have another caller, Kermit and Friends.
I'm really enjoying watching Alex. He gets me out of my regular Sunday state, and I'm really jazzed listening to him. And I was wondering if he does any motivational speaking.
Great question, Peter. Thank you so much. That was Peter. Thank you, Peter. Great question.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do a lot of speaking. I do some stand-up, but actually, I'm a public speaker. I actually kind of like to motivate people more. I mean, I like to make people laugh, but so I'm also an ambassador for Turning Point USA, and so I go in the fall. I'm going to be speaking at a lot of colleges, and I've spoken at some already. So yeah, I mean, I do consider myself a motivational speaker, 100%. I was captain of my high school football team, so I was kind of a motivator there in high school, and I always have been. I've never stopped.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Let's see who. Okay, Jimmy Rizzo. You really are begging me backstage to come on. You're finally on. What do you have to say?
Yeah, good evening there, Alex. Nice to meet you there. I've never met you.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy.
Americans have some sort of thing what the English don't get, and I think you're one of those people. Now, Elisa.
Yes?
People have a voice, and don't cut me off because I want to talk to Alex in a natural way. By the way there, Alex, you're the most annoying bastard who's ever been on Elisa's show. And honestly,
you're probably right. You're probably right. You're not wrong.
I think if somebody called you up and maybe real life on a real life sort of show, I think if those people had an opinion, you would be the first to cut them off. You've got that sort of vibe about you.
What are you talking about, Jimmy? I love it. I wouldn't cut you off. I mean, you're sitting there with your cigarette smoking on your weird computer. I wouldn't cut you off. I like you.
I don't like
you. You have the rigor tortoise with your finger like that. You have the Eric the Actor hands. No, I love you.
There now, isn't it, Alex? Now, listen.
No, the real me. I'm your buddy, Jimmy. I just like you with your cleft hand.
Are you sure you like him?
Right. Okay. Elisa, here's a question and a thing for you. Anybody will do anything to get a step up, and this stream has fucking proved it tonight. That you will do anything. You've sounded excited. Oh, I love this guy. He's lovely. I'll do anything, blah, blah, blah. You know, this stream comes across as that. I want you to watch the fucking stream back, and you tell me it doesn't come over like that. And by the way there, Alex, you're the worst fucking nightmare and a person that gave me a headache I've ever met in my fucking lifetime. Do you know that? And do you know what? I want my own show in America, and I want to earn you like a fucking bitch.
Well, you're a very nice guy, Jimmy. I really appreciate that.
God, what the hell's wrong with that guy?
I don't know. He seems like a very lovely man.
What a weirdo. Okay. All right. Let's bring up this nice conservative Republican. His name is Trumpster Bob. He loves Trump. He's very conservative. He lives in Texas. Bob, you're on with Alex Stein.
Well, ain't that a miracle in and of itself? How you doing today, Elisa?
Great. How are you?
Well, this Alex guy, I got news for everybody. He's a dug-in left-winger. He ain't nothing right-wing about this guy from the day he was born.
All right.
Let's talk about your relationship with Gavin McInnes. Do you even know where he was from? Because it didn't come out until 6 years after I told everybody where he was from.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear you said.
Where's he from? He's not from Canada.
Who? McInnes who?
You said Gavin McInnes was your best buddy.
Oh, Gavin McInnes. It's hard to understand you, T-Bob. You got too much beard in your mouth. Yeah. Gavin McInnes. Yeah, he's from Canada. What about him?
Well, he's not from Canada. He's from England.
He's from where?
He's from England. His dad worked for a left-wing conservatorium. He moved back and forth from Canada to England almost every year, every 3 years. And then he went and got citizenship in Canada. He's not even from
Canada. So who cares where he's from?
Left-wingers. His whole family's left-wingers. How's he going to be a right-winger?
Dude, it doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing. I like both sides. I'm not weird like you. I don't follow some sort of identity politics. I can like people on both sides of the aisle.
You wrote a book called Vice Guys to Anal Sex. Do you own one? Because Tucker Carlson had one autographed by.
Yeah, well, Tucker Carlson's a great guy. I like Tucker Carlson. Listen, T-Bob, you don't have to like me. That's fine. I like you. I think you seem like a nice guy. You're hard to understand, but you seem like a nice guy.
You're fake. You're a left winger. Look, David McGuinness did Vice Guys.
That's fine. You can call.
That's what made
you can call me a left winger. I don't care. I don't.
Ted Warner owned it.
He's very upset for some reason. He was in the hospital recently, and he just winds himself up. So let's just like let him relax.
I wish you'd keep him on. No, I love it. I like the combativeness. He's back. T-Bob, I know. I don't care if you call me left winger. I like you say. I don't try to ascribe.
You're left wing. There's nothing about you whatsoever that spells that you're right wing. So I got to ask.
I never said that I am that right wing. I'm not that right wing. I never said that I was. When did I say that I'm some right wing guy?
I just wanted to clarify that for everybody. Anybody thought he was right wing, you lost your mind.
Okay. Okay,
right.
I agree.
That's fine. He's like different. He feels different ways. He's not like a sheep that just goes all to one side. I don't even like sheep like that. So, he has an open mind for things. That's good. Okay, let's bring on a nicer person, Kay Jobs. Kay Jobs, you're on with Alex.
Hi.
Hey, Kay.
Hi.
What's up, Kay? Are you nervous, Kay?
Yeah.
Well, that's better than what T-Bob was saying. So how can we help you?
I love Bob so much. He's my best friend, my best Kermit friend.
Kay, can you think of
good
a question?
company?
Yeah, can you think of a question for Alex? About his career. He's achieved so many great things. He's on TV. He's getting his own show. Anything come to mind?
What do you think about silver spoons? I don't know.
What's silver spoons? What is silver spoons?
It's just oh god, it's a story. It's a story that I had to tell in another interview. I really am terrible with questions. I had to think about it. I'll probably think about it like 10 million later, but I really don't know what to ask.
I love silver spoons. That's my answer. I love it. I like silver forks. I like silver knives. I love all cutlery.
Yeah, Silver's doing very well right now. Okay, we have one more guy. Two more guys. This guy, MGA, yes.
Hey, what's up, Alex? It's Michael Gavin Ali. I was just wondering, you were talking about the Howard Stern show. What's your take on Stuttering John?
I mean, he's terrible now. But he's funny. But now he's the funniest he's ever been, unironically, because he's such a bad alcoholic.
Yeah, I have been watching who are these podcasts, and I've just been cracking up with the segments. And I was watching with Elise and some other guy, and John was arguing, and I was just cracking up hysterically. And it's just amazing how much entertainment he brings.
No, you know what you need to do? Go back and listen to it. It's like you can find it if you search Stuttering John, but he was on Artie's podcast about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was him and Artie were kind of getting into it. But even then, Stuttering John sounded a little more put together. But now I think because he's been drinking so much, he's just off the rails. You know what I mean? He's lost.
Well, so I think what I'm guessing that it is he's so insanely jealous of everybody that's working at the Howard Stern show. He just can't break away from that. And that is not a good way to be. Do you think I could be right about that? Or you think it's something else? You think it's just alcohol?
Come on.
Right? Okay.
Well, because he's mad too, because he worked at the Jay Leno show, one of the biggest shows ever, and he still doesn't have a job in media. If he would have made friends with one person there, they should be able to help him with. That's what I'm saying.
He burns every single bridge possible. He burns every bridge. And
you don't think every other employee there is working on some sort of TV show now? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. So
yeah, I don't know why he does that, but I could sense his jealousy was just so big. When he talks to me about Benji, because he's tried to date me, he tried to ask me on a hike and a bunch of things, but I didn't want to hang out with him because he was so negative about everything, and he would always bring up Howard Stern. I don't really bring up Howard Stern that much unless someone else brings it up usually, but he brings it up too much. He's just constantly talking about him, but it's not in a good way. It's in a negative way. So I think a good lesson for him and just for people in general is try to let go of things that are like weighing you down, making you upset. Like he makes his own self upset, his own self. And nothing is really going on. He's still upset with Howard Stern after all this time. And it's just ridiculous. And I think you should forgive him. Do you have anybody like that in your life that you haven't forgiven?
No, I mean, kinda, not really. I'm just saying, like, some of my old friends, I guess, but the people that I haven't forgiven, I almost kind of used as fuel because all the haters have said, oh, Alex Stein's never going to become anything. A lot of those are my close friends. So now I'm kind of like, nah, nanny, boo-boo, because now I'm grinding and trying. So I kind of need to have a little animosity towards people, almost as like a motivation. But for Stuttering John, he was a guy that, had this awesome opportunity to go on the Tonight Show, was very underqualified for the job. Right. And totally screwed that up. So Andy's mad. He's probably mad at himself. And that's why you see him just constantly drinking the alcohol. I almost feel sorry for him. If he ever wanted to redeem himself, if he got sober, then he might have a chance. But the way he drinks on one stream, he has like 20 beers. And I'm not saying don't drink. I mean, I don't, but I'm just saying you're never going to get your life back in order if you're constantly drunk. And I think that's like the cycle that he's in. He's just stuck in that negative feedback loop where he wakes up hungover, depressed, anxiety's high because all the serotonin you've just killed with the alcohol. And so that's why it's like he's just declining so much. It's really kind of sad to watch. But he's the funniest he's ever been.
It is very funny. I mean, he like hates so many people. He's blocked everybody from my Discord server pretty much. He's blocked me. I know he's mad at Chrissy Mayer too.
Because she called him a dabbler. And that's the thing, is like he can't sell any tickets to any of his shows. I mean, it's hard to sell tickets. Like now I'm selling some tickets, but it's just because I'm kind of viral right now. I'm sure there's gonna be a time where nobody knows who I am. But let's just be honest, when it comes to him, he screwed up so many opportunities. It's hard. He had the keys to the castle. And like I remember you can go back and listen to these clips where Artie was talking about how he went and visited Stuttering John. He had this beautiful house overlooking LA. And now he has none of that. Now he's in the 1-bedroom apartment chugging beers all day long. I don't think he gets I think he has like supervised visits with his kids. He can't even see his own children. It's just really downhill. It's just really sad to see all that.
Yeah, it's sad. Hopefully it improves his life. I mean, I can't imagine that. But here's a person. He's muted. Just unmute yourself, Alex Link, so you could ask Alex Stein a question, okay? But he's muted. Okay, there you are. Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit lost here.
So you're on with Alex Stein. Do you know who that is?
Unfortunately, no. I'm not. I have ADHD, so I try my best to stay away from like media for the most part.
Okay, well, you've been here. I saw you backstage the whole show.
Yep.
Did you hear anything that was going on? Do you have like any insight or a question or anything on your mind?
Honestly, you guys brought up the divisions in America. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever heard of Yuri Bezmenov?
Oh yeah, the guy that said, he's selling us out. Basically how Marxism and communism is going to take over. Yeah, of course, yeah.
So if you look up his warning to America, if you will,
in that talk show, it's a viral clip, him saying that, yeah, and everything came true that he said in that clip.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Yeah, we're really, really divided. And there are theories that basically show that, we're trying to be divided in America. Well, that somebody sort of behind the scenes is trying to do that. I don't want to sound conspiracy theorist here. But
you can, that's okay.
If you consider things like, pro-choice or pro-life or Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and everything else, the more divided we are in more directions that we all pull, the weaker we get as a country, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's their plan. They want us to keep fighting each other so we don't go after the politicians and the people that are making it worse. I mean, that's the game plan, divide and conquer, and that's what's happening.
No, 100%. Oh, man.
You okay, Alex? Link?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, it's sorry, guys. It's been
What's
a long
wrong?
day.
What's wrong? What happened today?
I know. Relax. The world is screwed up, but dude, we're gonna be dead and gone by the time all the cultural Marxism really comes in play. So you'll be okay. We got to keep on enjoying each other's company instead of fighting like they want us to fight.
Yeah, that's true.
Like T-Bob, like that guy, he wants to fight. He wants to fight the left. I want to embrace each other so we can try. Look, there he is. All he wants to do is fight with everybody. I don't want to fight with anybody. I want to try to love one another.
You can take your love and go shove it up his ass.
See, no, you keep him on. See, that's what I'm saying. How do we get anywhere, T-Bob? How do we get anywhere with that attitude?
Well, we get somewhere really far. We know who to vote for. Most important, when you learn who's who and who the dickheads are.
But T-Bob, let me just say this.
Dan
Let me say this real quick.
Dan Crenshaw. He's one of your butt buddies, right? Well, Dan Crenshaw ain't.
I called him out. T-Bob, have you not seen my video of me calling Dan Crenshaw out? Have you not seen my video of me calling him out?
No, I haven't seen that one. But I'll be with you on that one.
Hey, T-Bob, go Google Alex Stein, Dan Crenshaw. I called him out for being a rhino. I called him out for being a globalist. See, the difference between you and me is I actually go do something. You just sit behind a computer with Kraft macaroni.
I've actually done a lot more than you probably ever have.
You've never done. You haven't done as much as me, T-Bob. T-Bob, well then go watch my video of me calling out Dan Crenshaw if you think you've done so much. Have you ever called out Dan Crenshaw to his face?
Globalist. How many globalists have you exposed? Do you know who the?
I exposed him to his face, T-Bob. I exposed him to his face. Google Alex Stein.
He's not a globalist.
What are you talking about? You just called him a globalist, and now he's not a globalist?
I never called him a globalist. He don't have enough money to be a globalist. He may think that way, but he's not a globalist like George Soros. Who even got George Soros and Mr. Humpty Dumpty, Mark Zuckerberg fighting? Do you even know who did that? I did that, moron, since you did so damn much. Do you even know how I did it?
T-Bob, you haven't done anything, bud. Nobody knows who you are.
I've done way more than you, and I'll prove it right now. Let's start comparing. What's the biggest thing you ever did besides what I did, getting George Soros and Mark Zuckerberg fighting? And
you don't even know either. They don't even know who you are, bud. T-Bob, you're delusional if you think Mark Zuckerberg and George Soros are worried about you, dude. If you honestly think that you're involved with them.
5 days of me tipping off George Soros about Mark Zuckerberg undermining Facebook and causing him over hundreds of millions of dollars.
T-Bob, you're one of these weird QAnon freaks. You're one of these weird QAnon guys, and that's your problem.
After that meeting, two things took place. Number one, I was banned, and then named Trumpster Bob banned from Facebook for at least 3 years. I've been let back on, but not Facebook. Now, let me ask you this. What's the other thing that took place? Facebook stopped doing all that facial feature stuff, recognition and everything over there at Facebook. It eased up everything.
They still do facial recognition stuff. What are you talking about? Facebook admits.
I agree. When it used to be, it got so bad when I started up a new account.
T-Bob, this just shows you. This shows you how smart you are.
Got blocked.
See, T-Bob, you won't have a conversation. That's your problem. But I'm telling you, already Facebook admits that they look at our eyes and they see the way our pupils dilate when we like something, and they study that. In their terms of service, we agree to let them turn on the camera and look at us anytime they want. So I don't know how smart you are, but they still get to look at us, bud. They still do facial recognition.
Yeah,
so wake up.
The degree that they were doing it for before. They're not using it for the
same.
Oh
my God, T-Bob, you're delusional, bud. That's your problem. You're delusional. You're one of those QAnon. You're one of these QAnon. You're probably an alcoholic. Do you drink? T-Bob, what do you like to drink?
You get it running
what do you
your
drink,
mouth,
T-Bob?
You don't know nothing. Let me ask you this, since you know so damn much.
T-Bob, what do you drink? What's your favorite drink?
In the Americas in the 50s and 60s.
I can't understand what you're saying, T-Bob, because you don't speak proper English. What do you
ran the mafia in the Americas?
You're talking about La Casa Nostra, the mafia? Probably the Kennedy family was big into the. What? So you're telling me the Kennedys weren't bootleggers in the mafia? Is that what you're saying, T-Bob? You're saying that's not true?
They didn't run the mafia. They were peons.
Okay, T-Bob, you're not based in reality. You're one of these QAnon losers. That's who you are.
Very well studied, unlike you.
T-Bob, you can't even formulate a proper paragraph or sentence. So, I mean, I can't understand you. You don't even speak proper English.
I'll talk you if you want to start talking, mouthy boy.
Is that annoying for you, Alex, when somebody just
I love it.
Everything? You love
I like it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Well, because I feel sorry for them. I'm very empathetic to these guys. They have so much paranoia. That's why they can only spread hate. It's like when I talk about the low vibrational and high vibrational. You're high vibrational, so you attract that. He's low vibrational, so when he sees you and I having this high vibrational conversation, it scares him. He's like, why are these people happy? Why are they enjoying life? Because he's paranoid about, Joe Biden coming to kill him or Facebook's looking at his, stuff. He's not able to get out of that.
He's
That's
very
what I'm saying. He's not
paranoid, and you wouldn't believe what happened, Alex. He was so paranoid, and he was like freaking out all the time, and he ended up in the hospital. He almost died, Bob. Right, Bob? Remember that?
Look, you need to quit taking me down and off. You either leave me on or up, man. That's dumb.
Well, you're paranoid. She's worried about your health. We don't want you to get myocarditis.
But he claims he knows so damn much and knows everything. He don't know nothing.
I don't say I know everything. When did I ever say I know everything? When did I ever say I know everything?
Who is it that hired Alex Jones to be the actor?
See, of course, you're such a paranoid freak. You don't even like Alex Jones. You can.
It's fact, moron. Not paranoia. I don't.
You're paranoid. You're paranoid. You're paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. Who hired Alex Jones?
What are you talking about? Who hired Alex Jones?
Just to make
what are you going to say, George Soros? What are you going to say? Well, I don't know what your wrong answer is.
LLC. Who owns Free Speech Systems LLC?
Listen, T-Bob, I don't even want to deal with you, dude, because you're not based in reality.
He's an idiot. Bob, please just stop. Bob, stop. Oh my God. All right, Andy.
I'm with my hero, Andy Dick, the man, the myth, the legend. I love it, Andy.
Love
the
you,
king.
buddy. Love you.
No, your NTV show is my favorite show in the world. That was the best with you as kids and eating the ice cream. I still watch it all the time. That was the best. You're the man.
Mine too. I love it too. I mean, who wouldn't love a show with their name in the title?
Well, but it was so good. It was so good. You're a comedic legend, and I like your IRL stuff. You're the best. You got to take better care, Andy. I'm so worried about you. You're a legend. You can't go out like all those other guys, like Farley and all those other guys.
No, we don't want Andy dying. We don't want him dying.
Yeah, I take I'm right here with at Lisa's place.
Well, and I want to say, Andy, I remember Lisa got mad, but I've watched all your content with Chicken Andy. I thought you seemed like a fatherly figure, a great guy. Oh, there's Captain Content. I see him. But I just want to say, I think that you really have shined a new light, Andy. You showed that you're very vulnerable and you're very awesome, a sweet guy. I think, you're misunderstood. I really like you a lot, Andy.
No, I'm hanging out. I'm part of the show too.
Join just come sit.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you guys think of a question? Can Andy or Captain think of a question for Alex Stein?
Oh yeah, what do you do? She told me, but I can't remember.
I'm a political troll. I'm like a political activist. I go to all the city council meetings and I call out all the mayors and I get in politicians' face. And I have a show on the Blaze TV. Yeah, I'm a nut job, Andy. I'm like you. I'm like her ex-boyfriend, Benji Bronk. I go and I yell and scream at protests and press conferences. I'm insane for the Ukraine.
That sounds dangerous. Like you could be killed.
I can be killed. I can. They call me all sorts of names. But Andy, okay, you're a hero of mine, but you're going to be mad because I'm trying to steal your girl. Me and Lisa.
Everybody is. I'm fine with it. So's this guy.
We're going to be a throuple. I know, but Captain Content, he's not going to. No.
There's going to be four of us. Captain, you, and her, and me. That's 1, 2.
That works for me.
Quadruple.
Who's the fifth? There's another fifth?
We'll find one.
I don't feel wanted anymore.
We can be an entourage.
I'm the fifth.
Wait, is Gucci's with you guys? Show Gucci's. Is Gucci's with you guys?
Wait, you're a fan of Gucci's? Don't tell me that.
No, but I watch all their stuff. Come on, what are you talking about? At least I see they're famous. They're IRL streamers, and Andy's brought them back. Well, now I didn't really watch their stuff till Andy was in the van. In the RV. Yeah. So now I watch that.
Gonzo, are you there? Shoot. Okay, Gonzo was calling me another person. That's great. Gonzo, call back.
Well, Gonzo needs to come on because I like Gonzo, but I need to cuss Gonzo out.
Gonzo's coming into town. Alex, if you could orchestrate coming into town, like in the beginning of August, it'll be Gonzo, you, and these guys all together.
I'm down. I got to meet Andy. I got to get some content with Andy, the man. Yeah.
Wow, you really want to set up a train, don't you?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up the train. We're gonna go doggy style on Elisa. Yeah, yes.
All these handsome guys, and then there's me. I'm the caboose. I'm coming.
Alex, I gotta be honest with you. I love having a podcast. I love having a podcast. It's the best. It's the best, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, duh. We're having fun. We're creating content. And that's the other thing is people like this. Like, I'm not trying to keep talking about T-Bob, but people like, the high vibrational energy from the screen. They can tell it digitally. I keep talking about that, but that's a big thing. That's why you're successful. And I think that's why, and just think about this. With the way the legacy media is going now, in 5 years, a lot of it will be dead. And this is what people will be watching is people like you and me. Like, right, if you're really thinking like 5 years ahead, this is going to be the number one form of media, I believe.
I believe that too. We have a caller, a very passionate caller. Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hey now.
I
want to ask, is Alex Stein a independent? What party does he align himself with?
I think he answered that already. Okay, thank you, Gio. Was that
I'm a populist. I consider myself a populist for sure, yeah.
Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Yes, Kermit and Friends, how can I help you?
Hey, sis, it's your bro.
Okay, hey, Kenneth, do you have a question for Alex Stein?
What?
Do you have a question for Alex Stein?
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to really watch the show. I'm still.
You're not watching the show, Kenneth?
Come
and you're
on,
calling me
get
right
on
now?
the
What are you
show.
doing? What are you doing, Kenneth? You know what time it is. Oh my gosh. All right, Kenneth, I got to
Tell
go.
Gonzo to call back, though. I want to talk to Gonzo because Gonzo and Eric the actor, I got to talk to Gonzo. He used to troll Eric, and I miss Eric every day. I listen to those clips almost every night before I go to bed. I probably listen to an old Eric the actor clip. If I'm not listening to like something political or serious, when I want to just like turn my brain off, I listen to old Eric the actor and him getting on like In Plain Sight or any of those shows. Those are the funniest. I love you, Miss Elaine. Thank you.
Yeah, she's so sweet. That's like one of my best friends. You're in luck. Gonzo is on the line. Yes, Gonzo.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was calling with a question for Andy, but
okay,
it's fine. The time is fast. It's all right.
Andy's here.
What's up, Alex? Prime time.
I'm here. She just shoves me backstage.
Because I'm trying to listen to my caller named Gonzo, who's visiting us at the beginning of August. I'm super excited. We're gonna hang out with him. He's my favorite caller. He's my favorite caller of all time on the Howard Stern Show. He's on the air right now. Gonzo, what's your question?
Well, I have a question for Gonzo. Gonzo, can you hear me?
Wait, Alex, just one second. I'm just curious this question for you. What's your question, Gonzo?
Oh no, I didn't really. I had a question for Andy. But,
Andy, okay.
The time is fast. It's fine. It's
what's your question, Gonzo?
Andy's on.
What's the question? I'm right here.
What's your question?
Oh, Andy's question. Oh, I was going to ask Andy if he's worried about Alex Stein coming to LA and stealing his girl.
You know what? If she finds somebody else that she likes better, have at it.
Andy,
wow, very nice.
No,
Andy's not threatened.
He's really not.
I'd be upset, but what can I do? I don't want to force. What am I, a Muslim forcing? Forcing her into the
Sharia love. You have to wear a hijab.
Honestly, if she, I don't think she will find anyone that loves her more than me, but everybody loves her.
I agree. Well, we'll all go to dinner. We'll have a competition. It'll be my treat. You can drinks on me, Andy, and then we'll see at the end. She'll have to pick one of us, like reality TV show style, though. We have to film it. Yeah, you're not gonna like that, though.
This dinner sounds very exhausting. But
it is, especially with Andy. It's going to be exhausting. But people are mad at Gonzo. I'm just saying, I wish Gonzo was on the phone longer because.
Why? What do you want to say to Gonzo? What is your?
Well, just because he used to troll Eric the actor so much, and I just always wonder if he's ever feels guilty because Eric the actor, he died, and Gonzo was like one of the last people that would troll Eric before he died. I'm sure Gonzo misses him. I know he does, but
did that guy kill himself?
Well, Eric the actor died of like a heart disease. He was the guy that was the midget, that was like in the wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah. And Howard got him some acting roles. And Andy, you had the most classic. They did the Andy Dick roast on Howard, and I loved how he doesn't admit how he used you for so much content, and then threw you under the bus too. He really used you for a lot of stuff, and then kind of screwed you over. And he did that with a lot of guests, sadly.
He did. I don't look at it like that. Because I don't care.
Yeah.
I really
but they did the Andy Dick roast. That was like that was a big episode.
Benji actually roasted Andy, which is really weird for me to watch. Gonzo, Alex had a good question for you. Did you hear his question?
No, I didn't. Can you?
Yeah, so he's a really big fan of Eric the actor, and what his question was did you feel any sort of guilt? When Eric died, did you feel responsible for that in any way?
I didn't feel responsible, but I felt very bad. Like,
and were you sad?
To making him upset. Oh, of course, I'm a huge Eric the actor fan.
Yeah,
he's my favorite
of
all time. Yeah, everybody was terribly sad, of course.
Okay, so Gonzo doesn't feel.
I'm not a fucking monster.
He's not a monster. Gonzo is a nice guy. I dated Gonzo. Yeah, also. So.
No, I'm just saying Eric the actor was the best, but Gonzo used to always say he was dead, and then Eric would have to put like these signs. So he'd like be holding a sign with the date on it, like "I'm alive." Gonzo used to. I mean, he kind of forecasted his death, sadly.
Yeah. So do you miss Eric the actor, Gonzo? Do you like think about him a lot?
Of course. A lot of people don't know this. Alex might know this, but Eric and I were actually friends for a while. Like we were, we weren't always like enemies.
You weren't enemies.
We were pretty
yeah, at first y'all were friends, right? And then
after we would go on together, so it wasn't like I didn't hate him at all.
Okay.
I'm sure he hated me.
I know
he loved him.
Yeah,
he loved him. Gonzo loved him.
Okay, Gonzo.
Okay. Ask Gonzo what Jan doesn't like him either. Why didn't Gonzo ever be friends with Jan?
Why aren't you friends with Jan? But why would Gonzo want to be friends with Jan? He's just like some random person.
With Jan.
What?
Jan reached out to me a couple years ago. He was like trying to get teeth or something.
Okay.
He had some promotion, or what do you call that, campaign to get teeth.
Teeth.
He reached out to me, asked me to like share his campaign to win teeth. There was like
some dental work, yeah.
And you were helpful in that, Gonzo?
Well, I retweeted it out, and he was like surprised that I would do that. But I told him like I don't think he got. I think Jan might have been a whackbacker himself. He didn't really get the joke either.
Okay, all right. Well, Gonzo, you're a good guy. Thanks for calling back, Gonzo. Love you.
Love you, Gonzo.
Gonzo's the best. He's really the funniest caller of all time. I just love him. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna let you go.
All right, it's a great show. Tell Andy he's the man. I need to get your number or message me or somehow get in contact with me because your number so I can call you when I get to LA.
Okay, great. So when are you coming here?
Well, I mean, I travel a lot. I was just there not that long ago, but I'll probably be back in August for sure. I got to go to Mexico in August, but maybe after Mexico, I'll come to Los Angeles. Elisa, we're gonna go out. You're gonna fall in love with me, and then I'm gonna break your heart, and then you're gonna have to be sad. Then everybody's gonna bash me on the show.
Wait, you're gonna break my heart?
A little bit.
Did I hear that correctly?
I'm just trolling.
That's very confident. That's very confident. But
you might break mine. You might break mine. I'm just joking. I'm just kind of kidding. Yeah. But I do want to hang out. I would like to meet you and take you out to dinner. My treat if you want to go.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Hey, Captain, what's going on?
Hey. Hi. You guys really hitting it off there, huh?
Yeah.
Good. No.
Yeah.
Great.
Love is in the air. You guys can tell. Everybody can feel the energy.
Any man would be lucky to enjoy a nice dinner with her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I know you guys had one, but see, I mean, and just, Primetime 99 does it a little different though. I got a little more pizzazz, a little more razzle dazzle when I take the ladies out. You know what I mean? It's gonna be wild. Yeah, a lot of razzle dazzle. We're gonna have you're gonna get dessert with a candle and it lit with a sparkler. It's gonna be wild. Yes.
Huh? That's nice.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a very beautiful date together. You guys.
Okay, wait, Captain, where are you guys? Where are y'all parked right now? Are you guys? What beach are y'all on?
We're a couple blocks from here, Lisa. Can we take a shower, please?
I guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can take a shower.
All right. It's going to be me and the two boys.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who's the other boy?
I don't know.
It's just you two, right?
But Andy, do you miss chicken? Do you miss chicken?
Yeah, of course I do.
I know y'all had a great relationship. I know Lisa hates that, but that was some great content. I know, but y'all were close in the car, and y'all were hanging out when you got your glasses. Some of that was some great content. When you went to that wax place and you had some drinks and you were eating the food at that wax place and you got wax there, that was some of the greatest content ever. It was just good old. Those are the good old days. You don't even know they're the good old days till they're over.
It was only last month.
Yeah, but I'm saying I miss it. I miss it.
Good old month.
Yeah, you
Well, you
never
ever
know
watched
until it's
Andy?
over.
Yeah, but you and Captain don't have that vibe. Captain just sits there. Y'all don't even. It's not even close to what y'all had. You and Chicken were. It was emotional. The roller coaster. When you went shopping, you got all those good clothes. That was some of the greatest IRL content ever.
It was. The Andy Dick Chicken collaboration was very, very memorable indeed.
But why did Chicken have to go away? Well, I thought he's always IRL, Captain. Why does he stop? Does he have to go back to work?
Chicken, I don't know.
Yes. He had to go back to work. He had to make money because he wants to take care of his boy.
He's lying.
I'm just kidding, baby.
You're not allowed to go back there, Andy.
Oh, my baby. I'm right here in front of your house, parked in a fucking shitty RV. So come on.
All right. If people want to watch you, how do they find you?
I'm on Twitter, Alex Stein 99, Instagram, Primetime Stein. I got 2 channels on YouTube, Alex Stein, and then I got a channel called The Conspiracy Castle where I do long form interviews. And I just want to say thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I've watched you for so long. And like I said, very beautiful, smart, articulate. You're somebody that I really hope I can become friends with for a long time. Even if we don't have a romantic relationship, I hope we can at least have a friendship because I really do look up to you. And I like how you're grinding on the internet like me. People don't give you probably enough respect for how hard it is to do a show like this. You know, it might seem easy. It's a lot of work. So I appreciate you and everything you do, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Alex. I'm so glad we talked and that you were on Kermit and Friends. Everybody follow Alex. He's incredible and really killing it right now. Yay. Oh my God. I love that you're on him. I love that you met Andy and we're all going to be hanging out soon. And directly.
We will.
No, probably not. I don't know. What?
Anyway, so after this show, there's going to be a wrap-up show, Alex, and they're going to talk about everything that went on here today. What do you think they should talk about?
Well, they got to talk about the romantic chemistry between us. They have to talk about T-Bob and the fighting. And then I think that's it. I think those are the 2 main things. There's a lot of other stuff. But those need to be like the 2 top on the rundown.
Okay, that's perfect. You're smart. He's been in TV before. He knows what's up. Okay, so Wheezy, wrap-up show. How great was our guest, Alex Stein?
Amazing.
How great was he?
Totally love him. I think he's the best guest of all time. And he's right. We have to talk about your guys' chemistry. Captain being insanely jealous to where he was extremely awkward. I love that. And yeah, just about everything in general. I want to play a couple of clips that people might not have seen of him, like debating and stuff like that, because they're just so great. And yeah, I think that he will take up most of the wrap-up show, to be honest.
Okay, great. I actually have like clips of him. They were from Fox News. I wasn't sure if I could play them or not. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Leaf would know, but I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. I'll promote it like on Twitter and on, the Discord server. Why should people be on our Discord server? What do you think the benefit is?
Well, I mean, this is 1 or 2 hours on a Sunday filled with content. If you're in our Discord, it's every minute. If you miss 15 minutes of our Discord, you are already behind. I mean, there is so much going on. It's such a fast pace that you miss 90% of the Kermosphere if you're not in our Discord.
And something that you guys didn't even know happened today was my colleague was supposed to come on the show to talk to Charmin.
Right.
And he got mad at me.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure. And then also High Pitch Eric. So I'd like him to be on the wrap-up show.
Absolutely.
I'm posting the link to the wrap-up show so people can watch it. If you want to be on the wrap-up show, you could just get the StreamYard link from our Discord server so you can appear. You can talk about everything that happened today. You can talk about Wheezy. You can talk about me. Talk shit about us. We don't care. Do it. Have fun. Troll us.
Absolutely. Great interview, Elisa. That was fantastic.
He's easy to talk to. That guy's easy to talk to. I've been friends with him on Facebook for years. I've been friends with him on Facebook for years. And he blew up. Definitely. Mm-hmm. This guy blew up. There's no doubt about it. He's huge now. He's on every talk show and he's getting his own show. So it's amazing, what can happen when you build something.
Right. And like your guys' chemistry together, it was perfect. I mean, he should come on every once in a while. It would be great to have a segment every month or something like that with him because he's just so down to earth and it was wonderful. I mean, I loved every second of it.
Yeah. Eric, High Pitch Eric is texting me right now. He wants me to talk about this Lala situation, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it really because he needs to call in to talk about it. I don't want to bring it up just because I don't want to get in between what's going on with them. Right. But you're producing the Lala and High Pitch Eric show. And is that Tuesday? It'll
be Tuesday this week because of the holiday tomorrow. So yeah, I encourage everybody to watch it. It's really fun. Gonzo calls in, and Meat Truck Mike goes on there too, and it's a lot of people from our little community that goes on there, and it's really fun. It's great.
Yes, it is great. And, just be part of this, you guys. Good things happen to people that are part of this. I got engaged and I'm going on a date with 5 people. Okay. If you want that kind of life, join Kermit and Friends. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, people? Let's do a closing prayer with Jimmy the Christian.
Yeah. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Father God, thank you for an amazing show today. Thank you for filling us with some hope today. A lot of us came in today not knowing what was going to happen. A lot of us came in today feeling a little funny about things and feeling like maybe there wasn't enough hope and enough fun happening here. Well, our prayers were answered, God. Thank you so much for giving us a really fun show. We lift up everybody who comes on the show, and Elisa tries to do that with every single person who comes on the show. Dear Lord, help her to continue to have the strength to do these shows. Help her to continue to have the strength to bring us joy every single week. Help her, dear Lord, to continue this fun adventure on Kermit and Friends. We ask all of this in the name of your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Elisa, for a wonderful show. I really appreciate the guest. Of course, all of us are off the list. He took
What do you
over
mean? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying
I don't know.
that?
Listen, I mean, he's a compelling character. He's a compelling character.
It's one thing he said that I didn't like.
What did he say that you didn't like?
I think I heard this correctly. He's like, I'm going to hurt you at the end.
Oh, he said that. He said, I'm going to break your heart. He said, I'm going to break your heart. For some reason.
Why would he say that?
I think he might have been nervous and he didn't know what to say. And he just said, you know what? I'm going to fall in love with you and take you out, and then I'm going to break your heart. So I think he was just a little nervous. Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, somebody follow up about that. If one of my producers is listening, please follow up with him about that. I didn't really like that too much. Maybe he was joking, maybe he wasn't. But if the fact that there's always like a half joke when people are half joking.
Yeah, half joke.
And it makes me think that he's more of a player.
And obviously, Cappy and Andy were like the third wheel, 3A, 3B. I mean, they really are on the defensive. Andy, you've got your work cut out for you now, my friend.
There's too many people, but I like to watch them all fight.
Okay, but this guy, he presented a very compelling case today to Elisa, and I think you got to step up your game, Andy. You got to step up.
I'm trying to.
Are you wearing your Kermit and Friends bracelet right now? Show me your hands. Show me your wrists. Come on. Wrists, please. Oh, no, he's going to steal Cappy's.
Oh, here it is.
Okay, well, that's good. Good for you.
Oh, that's sweet. I love that. Everybody's wearing their bracelet. Everybody.
Here you go, Andy. Quick.
Oh, look at that. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you in a little bit.
Look, that's my arm, not Andy's.
Oh, everybody. Wow. What a great.
Not yours. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to end the show now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you to the people that are supporting Kermit and Friends, producing Kermit and Friends, writing Kermit and Friends, being a guest on Kermit and Friends. I appreciate you so much. Please join Wheezy on the wrap-up show. Do you want to be on the wrap-up show, you guys?
Well,
hi.
He can be.
Hi. Do you want to be on the wrap-up?
Hi.
Don't be
Hi.
crazy.
Sorry.
What's he doing? What's going on?
Just being crazy with you.
Put it back on him for a second.
Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just hanging out at your door every day.
At my door? You're not at my door right now.
Yes, we are.
Knock, knock.
Come in. Let us come in.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny.
No.
Yes, you're funny. Well, are you guys having a good day?
Yeah, great day.
I woke up very early again, like 6 a.m. and then I went back to sleep at like 8. And I just woke up. So I want to go out to lunch with you though, baby, please.
Okay, we can do that.
I was mad this morning, but we didn't get into a fight. I was just expressing myself. Wait, what, baby? You're not ISIS, are you? No, I'm not ISIS. No, I'm not.
You're not spreading nanobots?
No.
Who's she talking to? Who thinks that you're ISIS, Andy?
No, this girl. Her name is Nanobot. And I woke up in the middle of the night. There's always someone new in my bed. And I'm like, oh, Gucci came back. But it wasn't her. It was this She's up. Go bring her up.
Nanobot.
No.
Everybody.
Just here. Go.
All right, I'm ending the show, you guys. But
I want to introduce you to her.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Elisa. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Elisa.
Are you a friend of Andy and
How about
Cap?
Yeah, I'm one of Captain's co-stars.
She's one of the biggest co-stars of the Captain Content show.
All right. Well, I look forward to meeting you, and you seem very nice.
Yeah.
Are you an ISIS terrorist spreading nanobots?
I don't think she is. But
I don't believe so.
Like they just the recruits are just normal people. Like they don't have. There's no really way to separate them, like by looking at them, unless you can see the nanobots coming off of their bodies, which is really hard because they blend in really well.
Bitch.
Okay, well, I'd like to avoid that today. So we'll just have a nice lunch, right?
No,
fuck you.
Just
Lisa.
because you asked, I'll stop. Oh, but I want a hit of that joint.
Do you have anything you want to share, like a poem or a song or anything like that?
I make zines, but they're all about counterterrorism.
I do have a poem I want to share, actually.
Okay.
It's a little poem I wrote with the help of my great friend, Elisa Jordana.
Okay.
Me and her wrote it yesterday. I was supposed to put music to it, but I was kind of tired from going to the beach and just driving around my RV, picking everybody up. So I had some rest, but I'm gonna put some music to it.
Okay.
But I wrote it. It's a little love poem that me and Elisa Jordana wrote about Andy Dick. Nothing, no real feelings about each other involved at all. But it goes like this. Thank you for helping me out with it, by the way, Elisa. It was.
You're welcome.
Is Elisa Jordana, I give you my heart. I know it means nothing, but it's a good start. That's my part. And then Elisa joins in the song. She says, I don't want to trust you quite yet, because I don't want to be crying on stream like Manette. Like that. You don't want to trust him quite yet. She cries about that's what I do to women. I leave him lonely and crying.
Well, that's exactly what Alex said to me also. So we're just going to avoid men altogether, and we're just going to hang out as a group, right?
Right. We're homies. We're just homies that, casually have sexual encounters with each other. Right, Andy?
We don't have sexual encounters with each other.
Okay.
We really don't. People already think that about me and you. You can't start that because it's not.
I know. People will believe a lot of things.
About who I do.
Let's go take an HIV test together again. All right.
All right, well, I like the poem.
Love you, everybody. Kermit and Friends every Sunday morning. Please subscribe.
Oh all right. You're okay. You're fine. You're acting very weird right now.
Here we go.
Right?
What do you want me to do? I read the stupid fucking poem like you asked me to. What else do you want?
I don't know.
When you were talking about sexual encounters, were you talking about between you and her?
Between me and everybody else in the world. That's not you and her.
No. Well, you do have a lot of girls. I'll give you that.
Gosh, there's this like.
Am I allowed to say that?
No.
Hey.
Well.
Really advanced scientists are doing business with Americans. Oh, hi.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying about how there's cartoon symbolism in terrorism, and it's like something that I think the public should be aware of.
Okay, so make everybody aware of that. Make everybody aware of that on our wrap-up show. We have no more time right now, you guys, for anything else. Nothing else, okay? We did it all today. We had a great day. I love the show. Thank you so much to Alex Stein for coming on. He was incredible. I'm actually curious what Charmin thinks. Charmin, Alex Stein, what do you think of that guy?
Great energy between the two of you. I'm looking forward to the video of dinner. That's going to be a lot of fun. I like people who try to sit in the middle and get people laughing from both ends. So I think it was great. What happened with your coworker, though?
My coworker was supposed to come on and he was supposed to talk to you and also Alex, and he left. He was here for a very long time, but he left and he said, this is not for me. That's what he said. So it was bad. I don't know.
Before you go, can I see that list? Because I think I was number 6. Let me see. Where am I? I'm number 4. Okay, I'm not even in the top 3.
Hey, can I see that joint?
It's just because of the Chicken Andy stuff, Andy. You like chicken more than me, and I know it. So
No. You don't know what's been going on.
you talk about Chicken Andy a lot.
I'll tell you at lunch. No, baby. Look, can we talk about this stuff at lunch?
Is part of the talking going to be no more Chicken Andy?
Let's talk about that if that's what you want. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm being even more extreme. I'll tell you. Ready to go to lunch?
Yes.
Everybody watches all this stuff, so I want to tell you in person. Baby, you're going down the rabbit hole of reading people's comments.
I'm not. I was just wondering, it's just funny that you're, I hear you talking about Chicken Andy. So it's just, that's what I hear. So it just seems like you have Chicken Andy on the mind a lot.
You bring it up. I never do.
Oh, you don't? Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll go to lunch with you. Yeah, this is my list. I crossed out the bad frog, and then I put some other people. So if anybody wants to take a screenshot of this list and talk about it in the wrap-up show, it's going to be a great wrap-up show with Charmin and Wheezy today, and whoever else wants to join. Andy, you could even join as well. And they're just going to talk about everything that happened here because we're so lucky that so many people are involved. That's the beauty of the show. You can always be a part of it at any time and reach out to us and we'll help you. And thank you everyone for joining us today. And I'll see you on the wrap-up show and next week on Kermit and Friends.
Thank you.